questionable, even though she is fully opposed against the church. You know what I mean?
I meant in the sense like you can't make there's not a Fire Emblem games don't exist like you can like team up with the bad and destroy the world, and because in the end you're always the heroes beating up the whatever the big bad of that game is. So I mean, sure, you could be an absolute dick while you're at it, but at the end of the day, you're still a hero defeating the big evil baddie, because that's just how RPGs work. Like I don't think there is an RPG game out there, and if there is, I don't know about it, where you play as the bad guy whose whole goal is to literally just cause as much havoc and destruction. Oh wait, sorry, that's called Grand Theft Auto. Excuse me.
Yeah, I was gonna say there are definitely some out there. I'm pretty sure.
I meant like in a typical
villain.
I meant a typical turn-based like either a TRPG or a. But no, that's
Fallout New Vegas.
Well, I guess.
Sure, I guess.
But I don't know that
exists.
That's true. I mean, you can join the Legion. Yeah.
Well, in any case.
There is games that do it, and the games that can do it well is really good usually.
Well, to be fair, I mean, there are hardly any games that can compare to Fallout New Vegas.
Fair enough.
It's one of the top games out there.
It's one of the greatest of all time.
I personally have not played it, so I cannot agree or disagree. But
it's a great game. Definitely worth checking out.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a bit old.
Attest to that as well. It's a great game.
So recap?
Oh yeah, let's start the recap.
Should I start then?
Anyone wants to start?
I guess I'll go then.
She had a communication spell.
That's
yep.
true.
Yep.
Before Lloyd just goes like, "You had this entire time."
Pretty much. Yep. So we were sailing. We ran into some Lycan people.
Well as Lloyd is one of a few people who were thinking about like. They were going like, "Huh? How do we get this on the map?" And Lloyd just points at the ground before drawing a map.
Okay. Well, in any case, so we were sailing. We ran into some Lycan people. We tried to capture one. Luna decided to use her comprehend languages so we could understand it and we could communicate with it. It brought us to the underwater village. We talked to the elders, told us about some secret artifact
that I've ever done in my entire life.
Yes, and Dollar Matsum was not a big fan of swimming and being underwater.
Neither was Lloyd.
And generally, none of us generally were, I imagine. And then after that, we went back to Crown Point. We did get more potions of water breathing, but we saved some money by going out and getting some jellyfish that were used in the potion making process and bringing them back to the apothecary. And I think that's it. I forget. Also, I think I think Dollar Matsum was harassing people at the library, but that was before all this.
There was something evil happening in that library, I'm sure.
He thought he would.
There was a moment where Lloyd was just talking to Luna and mixed up his draconic.
Yep. Sounds right. Anyone else want to add anything?
Mentally laughing.
All right.
And then off screen, there was some shenanigans going on between Dollar Matsum and the brothers of Waydeer, but we don't know. But remember, our characters don't know that.
That's true.
Hush, hush.
That's true.
And let's see. You also went jellyfishing, right?
We did go jellyfishing, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Jellyfishing.
Yes. What else happened?
If my mic ever cuts out, just let me know and I'll reset it. It happens apparently.
Oh, we're still friends with the governor, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I was not expecting for that interaction to go as well as it did, but it worked.
Well, I don't know why. I mean, why wouldn't the governor? He has no reason to suspect any subterfuge, really, because you gave him information that turned out to be correct.
That's true.
So
you gave him good intel.
Yeah, from his perspective, you just you were just some helpful adventurers that came in, did what he asked you to do, and then left and went and saved Crown Point.
Malarabatab is turning out to be quite like the deceiving, like for the general good. Because I'm somehow still in good standing with the Brothers of Wager as well.
I think it's well. I my well, I don't know. Maybe we'll get to that at some point too. But
Oh boy, I take my
well,
chance.
anyways, all right. So you guys are in Crown Point. You guys just returned from jellyfishing. You gave it to the alchemist guy who did some wheeling and dealing with the alchemist and got all the water breathing potions you needed.
Yes, I need to throw that into my inventory.
And then you guys were about to head out from Crown Point. Anything you guys? So you guys were about to get on the boat and head off. Is there anything you guys want to do before you leave Crown Point, though?
Was there anything I wanted to do before we get to Crown Point? I don't think so. However, I just wanted to verify.
Yep.
We bought 10 potions of water breathing, I believe, right?
I think so, yeah.
So everyone, there were 40 gold each. So, add 2 potions of water breathing and take out 80 gold from your inventory if you haven't done so already from last session.
I already.
2 deals of water breathing.
2 potions of water breathing and minus 80 gold.
Can't remember if I gave
think
you
I
gold
already
or
You
not.
you may
I
have
already
already
did
given.
the
You
gold.
probably already did, but just wanted
I
to
think
make
I
sure.
did.
I remember giving the gold already.
Okay, then that's fine.
Yeah, I gave the gold already too.
Well, this is the second time. The second time we bought stuff. Remember, because you guys
Yeah.
got off, and then the 3 of us continued while you were offline.
Oh, so I have to give gold again?
Unless you want to drown, or you have another way to breathe underwater.
I only had 13 gold left, so I'm just gonna give him the rest of the 13 gold.
It's fine. Just give me the 13 gold, and then we'll call it a day. I mean, again, my character is not super big on money anyway. But
Yeah.
which means I also need to subtract 400 from my character as well, or actually it'd be 860. No, 360. Am I doing math right? 40, 10, 400. Okay.
I'm happy I had a lot of gold saved up and started this deal with a lot of gold.
I'm running low on. I'm getting nervously low on gold as well.
Well,
All
right then.
So you guys are you've divvied out all the water breathing potions. You guys are about
have 2 in their inventory.
Yep.
Actually,
no.
Actually, all of you guys, never mind. I'll just put 2 in mine. I'll just have extras because I don't need a potion. But anyway.
Let's see.
Sorry, we'll just say I bought because I have a water breathing cat. So I don't need a potion for water breathing, but
yeah, that's true.
I'll just have 2 extras just in case.
You need 2 for Usopp as well, who is with you, but is. Or did you give him to him last session?
I may have given. I think he was with us, and I gave it to him last session.
Yeah, because he stayed till the end with us.
1,
Let me check
2,
his inventory.
3. He may not have added it.
That's true.
Okay. Well, in any case.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, everybody should have the amount of potions they need, hopefully. All right.
Now, this might. Oh, sorry. Before we leave, there was one thing I wanted to do, and this might be weird, but I wanted to get some sticks and pieces of wood to fashion fins out of, or try to.
Okay.
Would that be like a we don't need to roleplay me getting it, but I would just say go in the woods, get some wood,
Yeah.
and come back. And then if I were to
Um,
build that, would that be a nature? Or would that be a whatchamacallit check?
I think building things is always hard. 'Cause there's no like
Survival? Maybe?
specific check for it. I would say just do an intelligence check. 18.
18.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, so you managed to fashion some like crude fins out of wood, and you kind of like sort of string a piece of cloth between them to give it some webbing, and you make kind of like little diving flippers.
So can I add like 5 to my?
Yeah, I would say
Swim
that'll
speed?
it'll give you 5 to your swim speed.
Okay, so that would go from 12.5 to 17.5. Okay.
Lloyd just grumbles, just going like, "Do we have to go on? Hey, why do we have to go underwater so much?"
All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's go.
All right, so you guys are headed off to the underwater city. All right, so you guys depart from Crown Point. You guys are leaving probably sometime in the morning, and you sort of arrive. You sort of arrive in the sort of mid-afternoon. You arrive at the spot where the underwater city is supposed to be. You sort of peer down over the edge of the boat into the inky blackness, and there's no way you could possibly tell if there's anything at all below you. You don't know exactly how deep it is. You didn't ask the lichen, so it could be potentially hundreds of meters under the water. But this is around the spot where the city was supposed to be. You guys head over the boat, I'm assuming?
Yes.
All right.
Does anyone have dark vision?
I do.
I think.
Okay. Then I see.
Do
I see.
half of it's that?
He's a dwarf.
Yeah,
All dwarves have dark
elves
vision,
do.
and elves, I think, too, or maybe aren't
Yeah.
half elf. I don't know.
I can't.
I don't.
I can't tell if she does or not.
It would
Would
say
this
under
be
your.
considered coast?
Nope.
Okay.
No, this is ocean, deep ocean.
Okay.
Past the continental shelf, deep ocean. All right.
Oh,
So
I'm
you-
out of my
Well,
zone,
if
so-
nobody can see underwater, then I have a backup plan.
I have dark vision, so I should be able to see, right?
But if you can see underwater, yeah, then you should be fine. Ow, sorry.
I mean, presumably, unless it's literally like in the abyssal plane or below that. I mean, like in the the zone of where the literally no light reaches at all. Is I think with dark vision you need to have a little bit of light. It's just
Yeah.
that you can still see as long as there's even a tiny little bit of light. So as long as it's not in the deepest, darkest part of the ocean where there's no light at all, you should be okay.
Okay.
Which who knows?
I guess that means that you're leading. Since
Can I? Okay. Yeah. Would I remember anything as like kind of my background? This is what I do best at, is like remembering how to navigate. Would I remember any kind of landmarks or anything like that that I've
Also,
seen in the
can't
water last time?
Lloyd do like a
Uh,
history check because of him? Might
You can do a
be
history check
reading up of
to
this
see if
back-
you know anything about the Aboleth city or anything. And I mean, I don't know. So you're out in the middle of the ocean. What sort of landmarks could you
Surely
possibly
there's
see?
things in the ocean.
It's
Where are we
It's-
going? Are we going to the
this X
Lycans again?
This is the underwater Aboleth city.
I thought it was
Oh.
up by Patina Cove.
No.
No, wait, no, that's different. That's different. Sorry, you're right.
Okay. Oh, I was thinking we were going back to
Okay, I
Lycan
rolled
City, so
9.
that's why I thought maybe I would understand. But no, yeah,
Yep.
nothing.
Yeah, a 9. You know that there are a lot of Aboleth cities that have long since been abandoned. You don't really know any information about this city in particular, and in fact, you didn't even know it existed until yesterday when the Lycan told you about it.
I would just like to. I would like to drink my water breathing potion and then begrudgingly fall into the water and then
All
begin
right.
looking around, swimming around, trying to just find some evidence of civilization.
And I will
All right.
accompany him while doing that.
As you get into the
Jump
water
down.
and you look down, you see that the bottom of the ocean floor must be very deep. You can't see the bottom still. As you swim deeper and deeper, it's like, you're maybe 10, 15 meters below the water and you still can't see the bottom. It seems that this is a very deep area of the ocean.
Do I see anything? Is there any life, any light, or anything like that, or is it just
That'd
dark,
be an
murky water?
This is the middle of the ocean. There, even in any area of the ocean, there would be very little life here. I mean, there's some plankton, maybe the occasional whale.
Okay.
Some fish might live out here, but it's pretty sparse.
All right, I'm just gonna keep swimming down.
All right. So after what feels like forever, swimming deeper and deeper and deeper, as the light starts to fade and recede into the background, you start to see some lights shining out on the bottom of the seafloor. You can barely make them out, but it seems like there's something glowing down there.
Can I, as I'm swimming closer, can I try to perceive what it is?
Yes, roll perception.
Can I help
15.
with the perception?
What was that?
Can I help with the perception check?
You can also roll perception if you want.
I guess we're all. I mean, okay. I guess we're all swimming.
Anyone who who also wants to join him, I suppose you're welcome to stay on the boat.
I said Luna get gone to the water.
Yeah. All right. I think Dollar Matum, you see it
The only one
better
who's
than
not in
anyone.
the water right now is Lloyd.
Lloyd, did you jump in and join everyone once they started
Lloyd
swimming
is
down?
just hesitantly drinks the potion before joining them.
All right. Yeah. So I think Dollar Matum, you can kind of make out. It's hard to see. It almost seems featureless. Like the light isn't connected to anything. It's just sort of resting on the bottom of the ocean floor.
Matt,
You can
No.
see what seems to be a few plants surrounding it.
that's totally
But you can't really make out
okay.
anything specific about the light. It's not like attached into anything. And it seems to be just resting on the bottom of the seafloor.
All right, I'm gonna swim towards it.
All right.
Maybe a
So
bad
will
idea.
Let's see. Not that one.
Luna says
This
if
one.
it's a fish, I'm gonna bite it. Like,
Come on.
she doesn't say it out loud, but that's what she's thinking as she's swimming towards it.
All right. So as you swim closer and closer, you reach the bottom of the seafloor, the abyssal plain. There's hardly anything down here, just sand and rocks and the occasional crustacean, except in the area where you are, which I will reveal currently. There seems to be small rocks that are lit up and illuminated through some magical means. The rocks themselves are glowing, a bright white light, and plants are
good.
growing
Sorry.
around them.
Did I use an Arcana check to see if I can know what kind of magic it is?
Yes. 3.
Nope.
It is
Okay.
magical.
That's
You can
fair.
tell that much.
Okay.
Is there like is this light? Are these lights leading somewhere? Like, am I noticing a path or?
They seem to be arranged in a small grid with plants growing all around them.
And could I do a nature check to see if I know what the plants are?
Yes.
Jeez,
Nature.
7.
So you don't recognize the specific these like specific species
Can
or
I make
anything?
that check?
Yeah,
What was it? Nature.
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 Okay.
Not 20.
So you recognize these. It's
Oh,
kind
I
of
got a nat 20.
it's sort of perplexing to you that these plants would be present down here. Normally, these are the sorts of things that would grow right on the surface. These definitely aren't native to here. They were brought here. And it seems like the only way they're able to survive is that these lights are placed in a grid, providing enough light for the plants to survive.
Is there air here?
No. Underwater. They're not surface plants. It's like kelp and things.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Plants that would grow right near the surface of the water.
Gotcha.
Another thing that stands out to you, it's hard to tell because it seems like it's completely overgrown. But with a nat 20, you would definitely notice that the plants seem arranged in a way that leads you to believe that this was once a farm. It's kind of overgrown at this point, so that you can barely see the lines that were once there. But this was definitely a farm.
I want to start looking. I want to start going kind of this direction
All right.
and see if there's anything else I see.
You do. You see some buildings. Some ancient buildings that have been completely ruined with time. There's
And,
one large building, and as I'll just reveal the whole area, that you're kind of in this area. You see one large building surrounded by lots of squat, smaller buildings.
Can
They all are pretty much
Lloyd
ruined.
make a history check?
You can. $11.
11. Not
I would
lucky
say
today.
you would recognize that it's different architecture to pretty much anything that you've ever seen. This is definitely not a city that was constructed by any race that you're familiar with. Most of the buildings are completely
Lloyd
destroyed.
instantly just gets stunned before mumbling about the architecture and how it's so different. And
You can't
Showing
say it 'cause
immense
You can't talk
in-
underwater.
Blah 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 blah.
okay, you can hear a lot of blubbing from him. He's just too focused on it.
You can see that the doorway to the large building, what remains of the doorway anyway, is much, much larger than any race that you're familiar with. The smaller buildings all seem to have regular human-sized doorways.
Would we be able to investigate some of the smaller buildings?
Yes.
Well, actually, or I say we, I mean I.
Roll investigation.
Unless anyone would like, what do
I
you
would
say?
like
roll
to
what?
also be doing that.
Investigation.
Investigation, okay. I thought you said initiative. I'm like, oh, okay.
Initiative, no. Okay, so Greenspell and Dollarmatum, and Axel, I guess, or and Lloyd, I should say. You find the buildings were definitely made for the occupation of a humanoid species. It strikes you that there never seemed to be any way to trap air inside the buildings. So whoever lived in them must have been able to breathe water. And Lloyd, you find something else additionally. You find a scythe that seems to emanate some sort of magical power.
Lloyd picks takes the cloth and picks it up before swimming over Greenspell, showing it to him.
Luna got a nat 20.
Yeah.
She she would find more or less a similar thing to what you found. It seems like these houses were made for humanoid inhabitants. The larger building was definitely made for a much larger creature. Its design is almost alien. The interiors make very little sense for a person, but are clearly designed around some large creature with tentacles.
I want to go further north.
Okay.
Can you not related, but can you make my token just a touch smaller so
Yeah.
it's the same size as everyone else?
Right. There we go.
Thank
Does
you.
this, from my knowledge, does this like destruction look like decay, or does this look like aftermath of a war or something?
Roll nature. Actually, or yeah, roll nature. Nature's fine. Okay. So some of the damage here is definitely natural. Just stones falling apart. The occasional beam of wood rotting or whatever. There definitely is some stuff here that is unnatural. Some of the destruction, especially as you get further north, as you leave the fields and head further north into the city, the destruction seems to be less and less natural.
And there's no sign of life.
There is no sign of life so far.
Okay, what is this structure in front of us now?
This one
That's
or
the
this
ground.
one?
This one.
Okay. Let me pull up what I have on that. All right. So this is it's another sort of crumbling ruin. Inside you find there's sort of
Oh, I never did
Small-
investigation.
there's sort of
Sure.
small alcoves set aside for more humanoid people. Desks.
Also, Greenspell, you completely ignored Lloyd bringing up the scythe to you.
Oh, right. My apologies. So before I did that, Lloyd came up to me and she showed me a scythe-looking object, and it has a faint magical glow to it. She hands it to me. I inspect it. One
Why are
second.
you saying she?
Um,
Where's the guy?
am I able to understand what kind of magic it has?
I would say probably. Yeah. I think so. Especially because you have a kind of rural background.
Right.
This is no weapon. It is a farming implement. It is a wait, I don't have it. Yeah, a scythe of harvest. Which essentially uses magical energy to allow farmers to collect in a wider area using the scythe.
Okay. So does when you say it farms more, is it like it doesn't
It
go dull?
it
It doesn't become dull, or it extends its reach.
it extends it sort of a force blade cuts in front of it, like it shoots out a beam of force 60 feet in front of it.
So it's essentially like an invisible blade that cuts
Yeah.
through all the. Okay.
Yeah, but it's not really intended as a weapon.
Okay.
I want
Does
to
it
keep
have?
going.
All right. Well, I will put it back in the cloth, and I will hand it back to Lloyd. And I make a gesture, which I mean to say, keep it safe.
All right.
or something. Because again, we
Lloyd
can't exactly speak underwater. So
So you head into a central kind of plaza area.
did we ever finish what we're doing here?
Oh yeah, sorry, I got
You guys
distracted.
can do
That's
that,
okay.
but I'm gonna keep moving.
All right.
You search through the building and you find that it seems to be some kind of old administrative building. Maybe there are desks, sort of like filing cabinets, that sort of thing. Most of them are completely destroyed, and definitely anything that was stored in there has long since been destroyed, just by age.
Can I tell from its construction whether it's what the origin is, whether it's human or not human, or
Yeah.
would I need to roll a check for that?
Let's say knowledge history, maybe?
An 11?
11.
Yeah.
It doesn't look human. In fact, it doesn't look familiar at all.
Okay. All right.
Dollar
I'm gonna-
Maxim.
Oh, sorry.
As
go
you
ahead.
head into the town square, you see skeletons lining the streets. There were signs of it back further out in the city, but it's extremely obvious here that there was a massive battle here. Sometime in the distant past. Weapons lie littering the ground. In the center of the courtyard is a large statue which has been shattered. You sort of can make out the faint shape that it once depicted an aboleth, or what you've read about the aboleth seem to match the description of the shattered statue. To the north is a large, kind of grandiose building, which has also been almost completely destroyed. But what remains of it showed that it was a truly magnificent building. So as you approach, all right, is anybody going to join him? Because he might need help.
I will. Yeah.
Um,
Oh, geez, my character's massive.
Lloyd. Okay, where's... Oh, I need to bring in my token as well.
So as you approach, I'm gonna have. Let's see. You see a group of sharks swimming overhead, and as you look, well, let's see how good they are at hiding. Uh, 18. Never mind. You see some sharks approaching you.
What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? How do I get off this?
All right. Token.
There
There
we
seem
go.
to be 3 of them. Everyone roll initiative as the sharks come in to attack.
We are legitimately going to be fighting in water.
Oh no.
You've got to prepare.
How long would you say that we've been underwater?
It's maybe been 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
Okay. I make a gesture to everybody to drink us the second healing potion. Or, sorry, water breathing potion. If they need it. Or, well, I'm not actually, well. Wait, I don't think you can drink underwater in the same way like you can normally.
I've never thought about that before, to be honest with you.
I mean, you're the DM. If you want to make it so they can, that's up to you.
I think, yeah, it's fine. You guys can drink underwater.
It lasts an hour,
that
right?
It lasts an hour, but that doesn't keep in mind the fact that we still need to get back to the surface.
Right. Yeah,
So
you
I'm
do
gonna
have.
wait a little
So,
longer before I drink my second.
yeah. 'Cause
Can you
have-
also make my token a bit smaller again? For whatever reason, it's
Yes.
always well. Yeah.
I'm going to drink the second potion. I'm just looking for it in my
Hmm.
deal.
All right.
Well, everyone rolled well. Almost everyone rolled well.
Oh yeah. The other thing that I wanted to try, which this may or may not be something that will actually work out, is I want to try having a 3-dimensional battle
Oh no.
since we are underwater. So in order to simplify that, I'm going to represent it however many feet you are off the ground by a tally mark on the character. So these sharks are all swimming 5 feet off the ground, essentially. So you'll still be considered adjacent to them as long as you are sort of on the ground anywhere within 5 feet. So you could be underneath them, and that would count, or you could be on this square, and that would count. If that makes sense. So that way you'll be able to swim up and down, essentially.
Oh. Moving the turn order.
So yeah, that's something I want to test out in this battle. See how that works. All right. Lloyd.
I know. Okay, let me get a better view of. So are like those trapped in there, or can they swim out?
These? They're sort
Yeah,
of
the
hiding
four-
behind a small wall.
Would we even know they're there?
Okay, so
You
I
would
can't
not.
see them.
You would not know they're there.
Also, bows will practically be useless here.
Yeah.
They're
In
just
fact,
not.
bows. You can't use bows underwater. Oh, that was the other thing about underwater combat. I think
Ranged
spells.
weapons are pretty much useless.
You can use spells and crossbows. And
No, crossbows
regular.
wouldn't work here because they use more mechanical methods, which would just get waterlogged. So you're pretty much just better off using a bow at that point, which is not much better.
I think rules as written says you can use a crossbow.
Yeah, because bows are propelled; they're not used by strength.
Right.
Crossbows.
So I think. The
So,
other thing
like,
is for
even
ranged
in
weapons,
propelled methods,
you can't.
like,
You can only use the minimum range, I think. So you can't do a long range shot. So if you have some weapons will give you like 2 ranges separated by a slash. You can only use the minimum range.
so I can use bows in minimum range.
Use a crossbow in minimum range.
Yeah, you could use a crossbow. I'll say I'll allow you to use a bow as long as you're not swimming. So if you're standing on the bottom, then you can use a bow. But you can't use a bow if you are swimming above the ground at all.
I think Luna's instrument's pretty much useless here.
Yeah, that is probably true. It wouldn't sound like anything underwater, most likely.
Okay, how far is this distance? Like, is it to this shark right here? Oh, that's like 50 feet. Okay, what's the minimum range for the bow?
— 150 feet.
That's the
So I can basically.
Apparently. All right, Lloyd, what are you doing?
Okay, I just get on the ground and instantly shoot one of the closest shark with the bow
All right, roll to hit.
with action surge.
Okay. Then you can take 2 attacks.
Oh, hang on. I almost did the wrong thing. So wait, wouldn't that mean I attack 4 times?
Yeah, because you have the extra attack as well.
How much do I
Right.
need to for these strikes to count?
So 17 and above hits.
Okay, so
Yeah.
3 of them hit.
6, 9. 6. All right.
Just watch as Lloyd just murdered one of the sharks right there without any hesitation.
All right. This shark is looking bloodied. Okay, and that's your action. You still have bonus action movement.
I decide to do nothing.
All right. Luna. Don't forget. So this is swim speed. So your movement is halved, except for Greenspell since he has swimming things, flippers.
And your mic's messed up again, but
I get 5 feet plus my swimming normal.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I'm gonna use my crossbow.
All right.
I'm allowed to, correct?
Yes. Yep. 20. That definitely hits. 9. All right.
Wait, why did it?
Uh,
Why did it? Oh yeah, cause of the snake. Okay. Luckily, they
Yeah.
take that away.
Bonus action. You have any bonus
I don't think
bonus
I can.
actions?
I don't have any.
All right. It'll be this guy first then. And what is he going to do?
Wait, who did I shoot at?
One of the sharks, I'm assuming. The one
yeah,
that
it
was
was one
injured.
of the sharks, but I'm
is
not
the
too
one
sure which one I shot at.
I just did it against the one that was already wounded.
Okay.
But you're okay with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, I hate when they're at the top of the screen and then I can't right click on them. Okay, here we go. What is he gonna do? Okay, yeah, this guy is going to swim. How far can I swim? Like 40 feet? Yeah, okay, he's gonna swim. Okay, you can swim right up to you. He's gonna swim right up to Lloyd. And then he is going to take a bite at you, and then he's going to try and stab you with his spear. Does a 14 hit?
No.
Lloyd? Okay, but a 19 does.
Barely.
So 4 points of piercing to you, Lloyd.
Okay.
This one.
Oh wait, that's not it.
Alright, this one's going to move over here. And you see that now that now that they've cut you, and a small stream of blood enters the water, the sharks and these strange fish creatures seem to be driven into an absolute frenzy.
Oh no.
Which will give them advantage on every attack. But he still manages to miss. Okay. Next up is the shark, who will. He smells the blood in the water and goes straight to Lloyd for a nice little feeding frenzy. And he's going to take out a big bite. But it just chinks against your armor. And then the other one, let's see. This one is just going to do the same thing. All right. Dalamantum.
Dodge tank, Lloyd!
You have too much AC.
Dalamantum's going to plant his feet firmly on the seabed and pull out his long.
Okay.
Make some attacks on this slimy thing.
All right. Okay. Both hit, definitely. Oh, yeah. True. Okay. Oh, which you're attacking this one? You said?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that might be enough to murder him. Yeah. So with just a couple shots, you land like one in its neck and one right in its eye, and the thing just sort of crumples up, bleeding, as it slowly floats away, dead. All right. Do you have a bonus action?
Let me see. Spells work, right?
Spells do work. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on this other, not the shark, but the other thing.
Yep, that guy. Okay. Put the little token there. All right, Greenspell.
All right. I will attempt to cast a Sacred Flame on this shark. And for the record, Sacred Flame is not fire. It
Right.
is just making sure everyone knows that, even though it says flame. So I point with my finger, and sort of a burst of light shoots down at the shark. So it's a DC, it's a dex save.
Okay. Dex. 17. Saves, I'm guessing.
It does 17 will save. And for my bonus action, I will cast a spiritual weapon.
Okay.
And for this one, I will have it be in the form of a giant. Do I want to be serious or I don't be silly? We'll be silly. I cast it in the form of a giant fork.
There you go.
I would have said harpoon.
Well, it was between harpoon, fork, or trident, and I figured, hey, it would be silly. Where it's a large fork, with 3 times.
Large.
And it's that bonus action to do an attack against the same that same shark.
Okay, and you have control over that token, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, awesome.
And I cast that at level 2, so.
All right.
The 23 will hit.
23, yeah, that hits. Yep.
Oh, hang on. Wow.
5.
Okay. Happens. That's not terrible.
All right. You take a giant slash out of the shark, but
well, it's a fork, so I poke it.
yeah, you poke it right in the gills. All right. That's your turn, right?
Yes, that will end my turn.
Okay. Let's see. This guy. Let's see. He smells blood over this way. He's gonna try and swim over there, I think. Yep, he can make it. And he's going to attack Lloyd.
Oh my god.
The bite. Oh, not 20. And he's going to also try and stab you with a spear. And so he has advantage. So the 22 will hit. Both hit.
Oh no.
So 6 plus 7, 13 total damage. To you, Lloyd. Let's see. This one, he smells blood in the water. And
Lloyd, you are
ooh,
surrounded.
can't quite make it. Oh, he'll go there. Yeah, he's gonna go there.
Wait,
Brutal.
I have a question. If they're focused on Lloyd, does that mean I get a sneak attack on them?
Since they are adjacent to Floyd, you do get sneak attack. Yes.
Yes!
If you have an adjacent ally, you get sneak attack. Yeah. Okay, they're gonna try it. This guy's gonna try and bite and stab Lloyd. But both actually miss. Okay, this
Lloyd
shark,
is fighting for his fucking life right now.
the shark smells blood in the water. And he's going to also go and try and murder Lloyd by taking a big old bite out of him. And so he has advantage, so 25 will hit.
Oh,
So 18
for
points.
Goodness.
As the giant shark takes out
Lloyd!
a huge chunk of Lloyd. Alright, Lloyd, it is now your turn.
Okay.
Are you down?
I am at 1 HP.
Lloyd is looking
Literally.
very wounded. He there's like a large chunk missing from the bite from that shark. And the little horrible, grotesque-looking fish creatures are nibbling on him and biting him. It's like a feeding frenzy.
Okay.
It's horrific.
Question, would I be able to use healing
Wait,
word?
so
You can use Healing Word, yeah.
Yay!
but it's not your turn yet.
Oh no, I'm asking because we're underwater.
Yeah. It's a bit weird, but
Okay.
the way that I sort of rationalize it is that even though you can't really pronounce words properly underwater, it's more about just getting out the vocal components, even if other people can't understand them.
Okay, I used the rapier on the wounded shark.
Okay. I believe
Piercing.
those both
Oh,
they both will hit, actually.
and I use the second one. So what do I?
Okay, very cool.
Nice.
So what do I roll?
Let's see. It's 1d10 plus your fire level. So you roll a d10 and then you add what level are you? 6. 1d10 plus 6.
Okay,
16.
Oh, nice. There you go. 16 hit
I'm
points back.
still at 1 shot distance.
Yes,
So
one big bite from a shark. That's all it takes. All right. Well, with one strike of the rapier, that's enough to kill the wounded shark. You sort of stab it in the gills as it slowly drifts down to the bottom of the seafloor. Let's see. You have a second attack, which I'll allow you to move to a different creature. The 12 was enough to kill it, so you can use the 19 to attack something else if you want.
okay, I used the 19 to attack one of the fish thing.
Great. I'm gonna move this one there. Just so
7.
easier to click on. 7? Okay. I'll say that it's against the one that he hunters marked. It is not looking wounded. Okay, so that's your action. It's your bonus action. You still have movement, technically.
I think. Okay, what's my options here?
Not looking
Swim
good.
away, but then they would get attacks of opportunity against you, and you'd probably die. I'll be honest.
Okay, I stayed still. I can't.
All right, Luna.
Of course, everyone just gangs up on me.
You were the first one to get injured, so
It's nothing personal.
nothing personal, kid.
I'm casting this at a level 2.
All right.
And and it's healing word
Right.
on
Lloyd.
Lloyd.
Okay, so that is 12 points of healing there.
12, okay.
To Mr. Lloyd.
I think Lloyd will be very
Okay,
happy with that.
I think I'm out of.
And
All
I
right.
am going to attack this one. And this because I have sneak
Okay.
attack, which I'm going to
You
be
do.
very happy about. Which I'm very happy about.
So roll to hit first.
I'm looking for my sword. My rapier, specifically. Why am I in my inventory? That was dumb of me.
It's like I walked in at the good time.
Yeah.
Yep. So, something like that.
Yeah. So Panda, I
Lloyd
imagine
Yeah,
that
literally survived with 1 HP.
11.
somehow.
An 11 barely misses, unfortunately.
Damn it!
We're underwater fighting things that we've never seen before.
Okay.
Yeah, I imagine that Usopp is up on the boat. He was like, he got distracted. He had to like tie his shoes or something.
Yeah, it's fine.
So now he's he can swim down and join the battle if you want. Panda.
Okay.
You sort of swim
Watch as
down
he just stays on
into
the
the
boat
depths.
and he's the only one who survives at this rate.
Through the murky blackness. You can see some flashes from what seems to be your friends fighting off a group of large sharks and horrible fish-looking creatures.
I'll just plop myself right there then.
Right. All right. And can you roll initiative for me?
Of course.
In the
Let me
initial
get
order.
out my. Let me get out my thingy here real quick.
We have managed.
There we go.
11. All right. Here we go. All right. Let's see this one. So Lloyd is still bleeding, and so he's going wild.
Hey,
so-
housekeeping thing. Make sure you guys switch your names in chat to your character's name.
And this guy is going to. Okay, so both will hit. Lloyd. That was the bite.
How do I do that?
4 damage.
Where it says as, and then there's a little drop down, you hit the drop down and select your character name.
Oh my. They're all just targeting me. I am
Okay, that's
so
his-
fucked.
Let's see. This guy, the big old shark, he's gonna try and take a big old bite out of you. And
Are you? I hate
So he
the advantage
manages to-
state. The
Right, so
advantage
9.
state is so fucking busted.
they don't have that much health, and they have very low AC. All right, Dollar Watch him.
It doesn't matter if there's like a dozen of them just bringing you down to like critical health in like a few shots.
They're like piranhas.
I can think of a solution that might end this really quickly, but you may not like it.
Can I
Fireball.
move under this shark?
No, fireball wouldn't work underwater.
True. Water ball.
Water ball. Can I move under the shark since he's
Wrap
5
them
feet
all
away?
in bubbles like
You
the
can.
freaking burner weapon from Mega Man and Base. I don't know.
All right, and then I'm going to bonus action cast Hail of Thorns, and then I'm going to fire some darts at this guy.
Right. Okay, you're shooting at the 100 mark one?
Yeah.
13 hits, 8 does
Can I use my inspiration to make that 20 hit?
You can.
All right, so I get.
Inspiration
So this is
don't
gonna be a
carry
lot.
over from sessions.
We just got
Yeah,
a new
you
one
got
from this
one. Yep, you get one for participating in the.
All right, so I
Recap.
get 14 damage plus Hunter's Mark damage, which is
Yep.
1d6.
Right, and that
And
is enough
then-
to kill him.
Okay, and then the I'm going to upcast Hail of Thorns to level 2, which makes it take 2. So they have to do a Dexterity saving throw.
Okay, that's adjacent enemies. Is that right?
Yeah, anything that was adjacent to the attacked one, so it'd probably be these 2 sharks.
Yep. So deck save. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm guessing they both fail.
It doesn't
Yeah.
let me upcast it on there, so I'll just roll it twice if that's all right.
Sure. Yep. Just make sure you mark off the appropriate spell slot.
Mhm.
Okay, so is that 12 points of damage to both of them?
Yes.
All right.
They both failed, so yes.
All right. He explodes in a burst of thorns. Does damage to the nearby sharks. Cool. Okay, so that's your turn, right?
Yes. Actually, I'm going to use my movement to. Oh wait, do I have any more movement? I was here.
Yep.
So my movement's 10. So no, that's all I got.
All right. Usopp.
I'm just gonna cast Chill Touch on the first one. That one.
All right. 15. 15 will hit.
Cool.
10 points. All right. Now this shark here is. Nope. It's not quite looking wounded yet. All right. Is that your turn?
That's me.
All right. Greenspell.
Okay. To the rest of the party, do you want me to nuke it or an encounter, or should I just go about this and not try to kill everyone? Because I can
Will
do
a
both.
nuke hurt us?
Yes, that's my point.
Then preferably not. I am at less than half health. You will
Although
probably
if it ends the encounter, we could just heal you.
That makes him feel a lot better.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I mean,
oh my
and
god, I am too used
Just
to
do what your character would do.
Baldur's Gate, where if you just
All
die,
right.
that's
all right. Well, hold on to your ass.
Oh no. I feel like this is
So-
gonna be involving some thunder, isn't it?
It is
lightning.
Oh wait, no, oh wait, crap! I can't. I don't have Thunderwave prepared. Damn it.
Oh. All right.
Well, then never mind. Looks like we're doing this the old-fashioned way. So,
Yeah, don't kill off my sharks.
I'm going to use a guiding
Just
bolt
hungry.
on this shark here,
All right.
level 1.
wait.
Uh.
If it's a electric spell still, wouldn't it conduct in the water still?
It's technically a radiant.
Yeah,
Well,
guiding
maybe.
bolt isn't electric.
No, he's talking about the thunder wave.
Oh,
And
yeah. I
yes,
don't know how that
I
would
would
work underwater.
say I would have thought that, and again, I would have thought they would have had advantage, or would have done have advantage on attacks because it's a thunder-based spell. What it was trying to do was it creates an audible boom and it was trying to scare them away, but clearly that's not going to be an option. Well, anyway, guiding bolt. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. And point of inspiration for that.
Okay. Yeah, 23 will hit.
23
You always
will
have
hit,
the worst luck with guiding bolt, I've got to say.
and I will upcast that to level 2.
Okay.
Jeez, 12 points of radiant damage on this shark here.
All right, 12 points. And the next attack taken against him has advantage, and he is now looking wounded.
Okay, and I'm going to use my giant fork, and I'm going to move it here and stab him in the eye.
All right, roll to hit. And you get advantage because of guiding bolt.
And I get a crit.
Well, there you go.
Oh, let's see.
Is that enough to kill the shark?
That is
14
not enough
damage.
to kill a shark, but he is looking wounded.
That ends my turn.
All right, let's see. This one. Let's see. Nobody else is wounded, right? It's just Lloyd.
Yes,
Lloyd's been the only one that's been getting attacked.
All
So,
right.
yeah,
Well,
sorry,
okay,
but
sir.
They just all mobbed me in particular
They're going to keep attacking Lloyd.
after one single hit.
that is generally how that works. Like, they smell the blood and they want your blood
All
specifically.
right. 3 points of damage, Lloyd.
Uh,
Okay. This one. Also going to do that. Only the spear hits. 6 points of damage,
Ah!
Lloyd. All right. 23. So that hits. 16 points of piercing from the shark to Lloyd.
yeah, that's it. That's it.
All right. The shark takes a giant chunk out of Lloyd again. He stood valiantly, but he was overwhelmed and is now unconscious. So go ahead and make a death saving throw for me.
Oh wait, I can make a death save for.
Yeah,
is
you aren't
that, like,
instantly.
dex?
You're not instantly dead. No. If you go to below where it says temporary hit points, you see successes and failures, and then where it says death saves, if you click on death saves. Two. Okay.
Fuck.
So that's one failure. So click on the circle where it says failures. So if you get 3 failures, then you are dead. 3 successes and you're stabilized. If you get a nat 1, if you get
Sorry.
a nat
18.
1, that counts as an automatic fail. No.
Nat
make
1 is
one-
2 failures.
You make 1 each turn.
Oh, yeah.
So that is your turn. Luna.
Oh, so can I use the 18 next turn?
No. I think this combat probably isn't going to last that much longer anyways. Luna.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking. I know it's my turn. I'm trying to think of if I should cast cure wounds and give it my attack, or do healing word.
I don't know. It's up to you. Do what you think Luna would do.
Healing word level 4. It's Lloyd.
So true.
What happened?
I posted a GIF in the Discord.
Can I go?
Don't worry about it.
All right. So 19 points of healing to Lloyd. That's pretty good.
Oh wait, so I'm back?
Yep, and you reset your death saving throws. So you're back down
Okay.
to the 0 failures. Yep.
And Luna gets to attack.
Yep.
Does she still have stealth?
You don't have stealth, but you do get sneak attack since Lloyd is actually since he's prone. Just
Like they haven't gotten a chance to move, so they would still be pointing towards me.
yeah, it's true. But the sneak attack is just if you have an ally adjacent. I don't know if it would count because
Which
they're
means
prone.
that they're still right next to me.
That is true.
And I'm in the
Um,
same spot, so it would
I would
be
say
counted as adjacent.
you against the shark, you would have sneak attack. Since there's the spiritual weapon is here, but since Lloyd has been knocked prone as he was getting feasted upon, you don't get
He
sneak
was
attack
already on the ground to begin with.
Okay, I'm using my one move and going here.
Great.
And shark.
Oh, if you move out of the square, if you move to that square, they won't get an attack of opportunity.
Okay,
But if you move to this one, then he will. So.
I'll switch to this one then. I'm going to attack the shark.
19 hits.
Yay!
Oh my, I was unlucky.
That was
All right, the shark is still alive. Okay, so that was your action, bonus action, and movement. All right. Next up is the shark, who sees that Lloyd has regained consciousness somehow and is going to continue trying to eat him. All right, with the 22.
Are
So
you?
17 points.
Ah!
Oh my goodness.
17 points of damage. Dollar Matum.
All right, Hunter's Mark. So that I would bonus action move that, right?
Yep.
To I'll say this little fish guy.
Okay.
I'll move down here to get better line of sight.
Sure.
And then I will fire at him.
This is so brutal.
Okay. 12 hits. Oh. All right. That is enough to kill him, definitely.
Okay.
So you put an arrow through his eye, and he just sort of gently floats off.
Okay.
All right. So that was your bonus action movement, right?
This guy's dead?
Oh, sorry. I thought you said the shark.
So is
I was attacking
so
this
is
guy.
Luna the only one who can heal?
You undo this. Nope. Okay, this guy is instead looking wounded. There
Because
we go. The shark
we
is alive.
really need
It's a
healing.
+2 additional to that.
Again.
+2.
Spanish, your mic's jacked up again.
Yep. Yep.
There's more.
Hate this damn thing.
There's more sharks.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Oh no, that one I accidentally deleted. Didn't mean to. That one was there before. I just oh well. All right. So Dollar Mountain. That's you did Hunter's Mark. That's everything, right?
Yep.
All right. Usopp.
Yes.
I need healing badly. I'm at 2 health.
See here. I'm going to use do one of my sorcery points to twin spell.
All right.
I'm just gonna use the cantrip chill because scorching ray probably wouldn't work underwater, right?
I would say probably not. It would definitely have reduced effectiveness.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna meta magic twin spell chill touch on both the sharks.
All right. They both definitely hit.
Oh, hold on. I forgot to do as Usopp. There we go. Chill touch.
Immediately so bad.
Okay.
Chill touch.
So the first shark dies, and the other one is now looking wounded. All right. So that was your action. You still have bonus action?
I'm going to use my movement to get around here.
Okay.
Is there any way of bonus action just like boop the shark? Not like attack it, but like pat it. Like, hey, look at me.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Okay.
Roll. Let's say roll animal handling. See how well that goes. 15. Okay. Yeah. So I think you managed to kind of tug on the shark a little bit, enough that it might be distracted from attacking your friend.
Okay.
Maybe. We'll see how
Maybe.
what it does on its turn. All right. Green spell.
All right. Well, I'm going to do my bonus action first. I'm going to use my fork. And yes, this is a fork, not a trident. And I'm going to try to turn this shark into sashimi.
All right.
1 second. Let me go back to my character sheet. 10.
10. A 10 will miss, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, in that case, I will use my regular action. Hmm. And I will use Sacred Flame on this shark here.
All right. So it's a deck save, right?
Yep.
Really wish he used that on the smaller ones, so it's less enemies.
Wow, it impressively saved. Okay.
All right.
And I guess that's my turn because and I'm not moving. Well, I could.
No one.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just chill here.
Right. So this
Which means I'm gonna have
Sonowin
to
is
at least
going
survive 2, possibly 3.
This one's going to attack Lloyd. So 22 will hit. So 5 points damage to Lloyd.
Yeah,
we
but I'm
still-
dead again.
Okay. In that case, this one, seeing that Lloyd is now dead, is instead going to turn on Luna. Try to attack
Or do I do
Luna.
death save?
On your turn, you'll
Nope,
do a death
on
save.
your turn. Okay. Wow. All right, these attacks are against Luna. So two crits. So that's 8, 9, so 17 points of damage to you, Luna. All right. This guy, feeling the tug of Usopp, and now that Lloyd is down anyway, this shark is going to turn around and try and take a bite out of Usopp.
No more
And-
advantage for him. Wait,
This is
no more.
insane.
Does it?
I've gotten 3 crits in a row.
Yeah, it's great.
So that's
Ow.
30
Oh
30
my
points of
gosh.
damage.
Look at
30.
these guys rolling. Holy hell.
All right, hold on. Give me a second here.
Uh, all right,
Cool.
Usopp is still alive though.
I'm alive.
All right, Lloyd, death saving throw.
Oh no. Please.
2.
Oh, for
Okay,
fuck's sake.
that's 1 fail.
Oh boy.
Luna, it's your turn. Luna, Luna,
I'm here.
you there?
I'm here.
You did take the what was it, 9 plus 8, so you took 17 points of damage, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to do the math for that one, which is why I wasn't responding.
Oh,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I'm not a math person. If you guys haven't figured this out, you said 14 points of damage, correct?
Mathematician. It was 17. Yes.
20, 30.
okay. How much health do you have?
I have 40.
That's metagaming.
So
I call metagaming.
20, 23.
Yeah, I have 23 health.
23. More health than me.
Meta.
Everyone just have so much more health compared to me.
You're supposed to be level 6, aren't you?
Yes.
Meta police.
It's Lloyd.
I only have 36. What the
Lloyd,
heck?
that's 10 points of healing.
Weekend 1.
So you're no longer dead.
The weekend 1. Hey, don't.
Okay,
The one that's next to me.
10.
Also, it is not
I'll
metagaming.
use my inspiration on this one.
All right,
It's
15 will hit then.
just-
You're not supposed to tell
I
people your
was
hit points.
asking that so I can
That
help her
will-
figure out the things since she doesn't know math.
It's okay. We're just kidding. He that's enough to stab your rapier right into the horrible fish creature, and it dies.
Yes!
All right, Dollarmatum.
So I only need 2 now.
Let's see. I wanted to. Is it so? A bonus action, move my hunter's mark to this guy.
Okay.
And then I'll attack.
All right. All right, both will hit. So 17 is enough to just kill it outright.
Okay.
All right.
Looking better.
Asop.
All right. Turn and face the one remaining. And of course, chill touch him.
All right, 21 hits.
6.
Alrighty. So is that in your turn?
That's it.
Alrighty. Green spell.
Okay. I will move closer here. And let's see. What do I have prepared? I'm gonna fire a guiding bolt at this guy.
Okay.
Just level 1 though. I'm not gonna go over. An 11.
11 will miss, unfortunately.
Of course. Maybe I need to switch out that spell for something else. Which is, it doesn't even make sense. Like,
Yeah,
whatever.
it's literally just bad luck.
All right. Well, then. All right. Time for some sushi.
Alright.
We're stabbing him with a fork.
I'm gonna eat him.
Is Lloyd dead
Gonna eat
again,
him.
by the way?
No.
Lloyd is alive for once. Alright, 21 will hit.
After getting tag teamed,
Jeez,
Like,
what is this with the why does the
pretty
dice
sure
hate me?
I am
Okay.
pretty sure 90% at least of all the opponent's attacks were against me specifically.
Help. That's because you were wounded and nobody else was wounded. And they have an ability that helps them against wounded people. So you managed to poke him with a fork. It does a little bit of damage. The Sahagwen was already attacking Luna, and it hasn't even realized at this point that Lloyd is awake again. So he's just gonna keep tearing into Luna. He has advantage against Luna now, since she's damaged. and
How much-
bleeding. So another nat 20. So that's 11 points of damage to you.
23. 23 minus 11. That's 12 damage. That's 12 health, sorry.
All right, Lloyd, it's your turn.
Sorry for me having to do math out loud.
Okay, how do I initiate sneak attacks, or do I just not get that as a
You-
fighter?
You don't
You
get that, I
have
don't
to be a
think.
rogue. Yeah. It's a rogue ability.
Right. Okay, I'm just going to go ham on the rapier again. Hope it
Right.
freaking works.
So the both will hit.
Die!
All right. So, yep. Describe how you kill him.
I raise up the rapier before thrusting right into its forehead. I do not care.
All right. And with that, the last of these horrible fish creatures been dealt with. And the
With
calm.
Lloyd now permanently having some form of PTSD. Hooray!
Lloyd is terrified of the ocean now. Good.
Yeah.
A calm, eerie quiet falls back over the abandoned city.
I really do not hope we encounter more of these fuckers.
Banish your microphone. Yeah, those are fun. I like those. Those are fun, fun little creatures.
No! No, no, they aren't.
All right. So we'll go back to the main map. So you guys are now surrounded by the dead corpses of these horrific-looking fish creatures and large sharks. You're now sort of you take a second to step back and look. You realize that you're back in the you're in the courtyard surrounded by corpses, ancient corpses from what appears to be some kind of very old battle. What's your guys' next move?
Okay.
Um,
So what? Hornamate just wants to retreat back to the boat.
Yeah, Lloyd, you can swim to the surface. You have PTSD. You can just go home.
does she have?
Because-
Wait, does she have dark vision though?
Lloyd?
Yeah, Lloyd.
Yes,
Or sorry, he. Excuse me.
yes, he does.
Okay, then you don't need Dollar Mossum to guide us. Okay. While he.
How long has
Excuse me.
it been?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well,
How long was the combat? Was only like a couple minutes. So
So we're not
It's
even close to
been-
an hour yet.
it's like over 30 minutes, maybe closer to 45 minutes since you first took the potion.
So I'm still good.
should be.
He's gonna wait until he starts drowning, and then find out that you can't drink underwater.
So, how do I take Lloyd off the board?
I can tell him. Are you? He's swimming back up to the boat.
Yes.
Okay. You just see Lloyd like glazed over, swimming back up towards the surface.
I want to see what else is here. I want to go down south.
Yeah, I'm taking
Okay.
Moon off the board as
Um,
well. She's going to go with Lloyd because I'm at like 8 health right now.
So you see, it's like a strange gash in the earth, and the water down below in this like lower area is strangely blue.
She's just out of
It's like
healing
a
spells at
different
this point
color
as well.
than the water in the other areas.
What I
Oh,
heard.
I didn't say it, but I was going to accompany Dollar Mossum with investigating.
Yeah, I want to wave Greenspell over.
Oh.
Yeah,
and
we just
point at the water to him.
Am I being heard?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I'm just gonna delete Luna from the board and say that she is with Lloyd. She went back up.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
Because she was at 8
Well,
health. So
while they're doing that, I'm gonna investigate the courtyard.
there's
All right.
there's three
Roll
and,
investigation.
there's 3 and 2 up there, so
So they found the ravine, and I'm gonna investigate the courtyard.
Yep.
Okay.
Roll investigation. Up 15. Okay. Let's see. Bop, bop, beep, bop, boop. So you find next to one of the corpses, these ancient skeletons, you find a small bluish orb, probably no
So-
more than a few inches in diameter.
I have a
as you-
question.
Yes.
If I, for say, failed 3 death save throws,
You would be dead.
does that mean like Lloyd is permanently dead and I have to create a new character?
It
or
would
am I
be
just-
dead. I would say resurrection is a possibility in this world. Like, you could potentially get Lloyd resurrected, but it would be very difficult. You'd probably have to go on an entire separate side quest to find some sort of powerful artifact to resurrect
9th
Lloyd.
level wish spell.
Yeah.
It
No,
is possible.
yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, Lloyd would be dead.
So would I had to make a new character then, or
Well, you could either try and get the other players to go on a quest to resurrect you, or you would have to make a new character. Yeah.
okay?
Or you could take the second option. Their option is to do the instead of reviving or reincarnate. Basically, you take your character, you change the name, change up. Basically, it's you, except it's not your name.
Yeah, I would allow that.
That's a little easier than full resurrection, but
Yeah.
fortunately, we
Instead
don't have to deal with that.
Yeah, it's like the same character, but with a slightly different backstory and different name and stuff. I would allow that. But like same stats and everything.
Basically,
All right. Osop.
well, in any case,
So you find a small blue orb,
Okay.
no more than a couple inches in diameter. As you gaze into the orb, you realize that it's glowing faintly. You see a swirling torrent inside the orb, as though you're looking at some deep ocean current. You feel a sense of comfort come over your mind. It's as though a wall has been placed around your mind.
Okay. I usher the others over, or at least try to. I swing
All right.
wildly in the water.
All right.
I'm so
Telemachus-
fascinated with this water, I don't notice.
All right. What are you trying to find out about the water?
I want to. Is there like a stick or something on the ground,
A stick?
or something that I can use?
Yeah,
to,
I mean, there's like a
throw?
little rock, probably.
well,
nearby.
first off, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just want to like drop something in the water to see if there's any kind of reaction.
Okay. Yep. You throw the stone into the water, and it sinks to the bottom. It seems to be there. The stone just sits at the bottom. You can still see it. It seems unchanged.
But the water is transparent, so we can see to the bottom, or it's
Yeah,
just
you
not very
can-
deep.
You can see to the bottom. Yeah, but it has like a bluish tint to it.
Is
Can
this
I-
smoke coming off of it? Like
Yeah. So
or is it like black water or
Does that
something?
mean that it's like a deeper layer of
this
water?
is you see a sort of black, pillowy smoke coming out of a small fissure in the ground. The area around there is extremely hot.
Would I be able to do a check? Just well, actually, no. Never mind. That would be. Can I do an Arcana check to see if it's magic based or if it's not?
Yes. Not 20. There is definitely nothing magical about this.
Hmm.
Dollar
turned
Maximum
to-
rule. Yeah,
I
do
turn
nature-
to Dollar Matsum and I make a nod. I make a nod to like I indicating that I know what this is.
What were you saying, Silas?
You can make a nature check to see if you recognize it as a natural phenomenon. 4. This is a weird lake underwater. You
I
think it's
kinda-
weird that there's water underwater?
I look at Greenspell and I say, and I kind of like point like I'm going down and like, should we go down into it?
Greenspell, you know that it's not. You know that it's not magical in any way. It is some sort of natural thing. You're not really sure what's up with the water, but the fissure in the ground is definitely just some kind of like volcanic geyser type thing. You're gonna swim into it?
I just want to get closer to it.
Okay. Well, you can do so without any difficulty. The edge of the water is it's like coated in mats and mats of mussels.
Muscles, as in like the clam.
Yeah.
Dollar is perplexed.
I know I don't exactly have it prepared, but can I use detect magic?
You can.
All right. Do I detect anything?
You do not.
Okay. Shame.
Bruce
Alright.
is trying to get
Would that
something.
detect magic detect behind him?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's just 30 feet.
Yeah,
So,
so
it's
you-
30 feet circle. So he would ping on me, right?
Yeah, sure. So you detect nothing in the lake, but you do detect something behind you. Something very, a very powerful magical energy emanating from behind you. You look around and you see that Usopp is holding the source of all the magical energy.
Flailing wildly.
I
All
turn and
right,
I gesture to Usopp, and oh, okay, you're just gonna go.
Yeah.
All right.
So wait,
Are you-
Dollar Munchkin, what you're going into it?
I just want to go down and like stick a finger into it just to see if it hurts.
Okay. It doesn't hurt. The water feels cool. It's strange. There's no like real barrier. It's a very weird transition. It's not like you expected when you were looking at it from far away. There's no like line where it's like very clearly water above and a different kind of water below. It's more like this transition layer where the light sort of shimmers.
And can I see to the bottom through this?
Yes, you can.
Is there anything in the water?
No. Nope. The
And it doesn't
clams,
hurt my finger.
it doesn't hurt. No. There are clams that are sort of living up close to the water. Maybe there's like a little crab sort of scuttering below the water, but there's really nothing living down
Okay, I
there.
want to stick my face through,
Okay.
and I want to look around in there.
All right, you do. You stick your face down there.
Nothing.
It feels extra salty.
All right, Dollar Mountain's fine. He turns around and swims back to the other two.
All right.
Let me see. What do I want to do? I'm gonna go back here, and I will gesture to Usopp to show me the detecting the magical presence near him. I make a gesture to show me the orb.
All right.
Present it with both hands.
All right.
Okay. Well, I grab it, and I have the same feeling that Usopp does.
Yes.
And then I give it back to him.
And I gesture up.
And I gesture like saying more.
Mm. Mm. Okay.
We'll keep. Give me.
Nod.
All right, I will explore over this way.
I'm gonna
Okay.
drink that
His
second potion.
his mic
Alright.
sound makes him sound like he's underwater too at this point. He has like that gurgly sound.
I'm going to investigate over here.
Okay. So you find further out into the city more areas. It's a sort of similar to as before. A large manor, as you've seen elsewhere in the city, surrounded by lots of smaller buildings. As you look inside this one, you find a number of statues. Some of them are in various stages of being completed, and others lie completely destroyed, both inside and outside the building. Inside there are the largest building. There are like the remnants of tables, tools, a kind of workshop for an artisan, maybe. All right.
Do these statues look like they're in the form of like aboleths or anything like that? Or are they humanoid or what?
Yeah. They're pretty much all in the form of horrific creatures, mainly aboleth.
Can I search the courtyard?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll investigation.
Okay. 11.
11. All right. You find some interesting shattered statues. That's about it.
Okay. Let's see. Well, being dissatisfied with finding nothing, he's going to go up this way. Search over here.
Dollarmuffin's
Alright.
gonna go this way.
All right. So you enter into a new part of the city. So you find a new part of the city with some more similar sort of things. Large estates surrounded by um, smaller houses all around, all in various states of decay. One thing does kind of catch your interest. What appears to be a large ship, which has sustained heavy damage and has sunk to the bottom. It is now resting atop of a couple houses.
Where's the ship on the map?
Right here.
All right. I will go up to the ship and will I roll investigation, I guess, to see if there's anything in it or if I'm
Yep.
able to get. Okay. Come on, dice, be nice to me.
12. All right.
Okay.
I'll say that's enough to see. The ship has a giant gash in the side, so it's pretty easy to get in and explore. You find that the crew are definitely all dead, reduced to nothing but skeletons. But you do find a small chest. Scrounging around while you were searching, you managed to find the key on what you presume to be the skeleton of the captain. Opening up the chest, you find 300 gold pieces.
Ooh,
Ooh.
thank you. Is there anything else in the ship that I can tell?
Nothing else of interest. The ship looks like it's been here for potentially hundreds of years.
Okay. All right. Well,
Dollarmatum, you're headed out into that part of the city.
you go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah.
All right. So again, it's a crumbling ruins surrounded by small hovels. There are piles of stone and rubble surrounding sturdy desks. Broken flasks litter the ground. There's a magical energy emanating from the building. Even Dollarmatum, though you're not particularly magical yourself, even you can feel this.
I'm gonna go into the building and start investigating.
All right, roll investigation for me. 5. It seems like there's very little left here besides broken flasks and overturned tables.
All right. Well, meanwhile,
Just
my
gonna keep
character
looking
is
around.
going to swim back towards Dollar Matum. And can we say that my character sees him, or would
Yeah, sure.
okay? And then I can, getting closer, I can feel the same sense of magical energy that he does.
Yep.
So first, I'd like to roll an Arcana check.
Okay.
A 9.
You can't. It's hard to tell if there's any like particular source of magic. It just seems like this whole building. Maybe there was a lot of magic done here in the past or something. It's like the whole building itself is kind of imbued with magic.
And then I'm going to also roll investigation and look around.
All right.
Why are
4.
you?
You find lots of rocks.
I hate.
Lots of rocks and rubble.
Would I sense the magic from this far away, or do I have to be next to it?
You'd have to be close to the building, I'd say.
Okay, because I went up.
Okay. So you're going up.
Yep.
Up into the northern part of the city. Right. The area of interest here is a large sort of smithy. So it's sort of interesting. A thing that perhaps you had never thought about before. But how is it possible that they were able to craft weapons and armor underwater? Well, it was a question that you had never asked, and a question you're about to get the answer to. As you enter into the smithy, you find hydrothermal vents are sort of constructed into the building is constructed on top of these hydrothermal vents that are spewing out heat and smoke, and the heat is kind of captured into what you can only assume is the remains of an old oven. There are sort of rusted piles of corroded old weapons scattered about in the building. Nothing really catches your eye.
Cool. If that's the case, then I'm going to swim down to these guys.
All right. You can roll investigation too if you'd like.
I'd also like to roll real quick Arcana, see if I know anything about anything that
Sure.
I'm doing.
Yep, roll 17. Okay. I would say you, having been around sort of magical institutions a fair bit, you pretty much recognize this as the residual magic that just permeates any institution where magic is regularly practiced. This building must have been like a center for the arcane arts in the ancient Abla city, and even now, potentially millennia later, the magical aura is still very strongly felt here.
Okay. Then
Now-
investigation.
Yeah.
Good.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask if these here are just fences or are these specific. Okay.
Hey guys, I'll be right back. Just 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. An 8. All right. So you've managed to find sort of similar things to everyone else.
Yay.
Broken flasks, overturned tables, that sort of thing.
Cool.
All right.
All right. So Greenspell, you're going to investigate these things.
Is there anything special? Sure, I will. Just real quick.
Okay.
Really?
So you swim over to them, and their function seems completely strange. It's like an enclosed canopy, sort of like a giant tube that stretches out from the city, out deep along the ocean floor for as far as you can see. Stretching out of the city, potentially going, well, like I said, out to the edge of your sight. It seems like the areas that have been destroyed deliberately. You can sort of swim inside, and there isn't really anything in here that could clue you in as to its purpose. It seems to you like it's just, well, like a giant. There's sort of like two giant tubes that seem to stretch on for miles.
Lovely. All right. Well, seeing that I don't know what this is for, then I'm just going to swim down here. and investigate here. Or just look around. Well, what do I see first? I guess
Alright.
Dollar Watchman will be joining me.
Okay.
I'll probably join as
So
well.
it's a similar sort of thing.
Yeah, sorry, I had to take a
Um,
call. Yeah, I'm joining
Oh,
you.
you're fine. A similar sort of thing. A large sort of manor house surrounded by other sort of smaller houses. The purpose of this building is completely lost on you. The building has sustained such heavy damage that very little remains. There is plenty of rubble around, but you couldn't even begin to guess as to what the purpose of this building used to be.
Okay. Let's see. Well, probably nothing here.
Still want to try to investigate. That's all right.
Okay, roll investigation. 8. There's a lot of rubble, and you sort of pick through the stones, but you don't find too much.
I guess I'll do the same, even though I'm probably
Alright.
going to
7.
rocks.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, you find
Might
rocks.
We're the worst
I
detectives.
might as well investigate as well.
8.
Hey,
Wow,
Yep, rocks.
More rocks.
unlucky. All right.
Fantastic.
Going back, by the ravine, I see this. Is this little thing an object, or is it just
It's
part
a
of the
small
ravine?
plant.
Can I try to identify it?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll nature.
Nature. 14.
14. You know that this is you think that you recall this herb has some use in alchemy?
Can I try to harvest it?
Go ahead.
Would I need to roll a deck? Would I need to roll any kind of check, or would I just take it?
I would say you just take it. Yeah, you just kind of cut it at the stem, pick it up, put it in your
I'll
bag.
add it. I'll just add it to my inventory.
You can't remember exactly what it's used for, but you do seem to recall faintly that it has some kind of alchemical purpose.
And I'm going to do the same thing with the ones over here.
All right, so there are a total of 4 of them.
Are they all the same?
Yeah.
I know there's limit.
Hmm?
I know there's limits to what you can do with Roll20.
Yeah.
I didn't go to this building because I went on my own, so I want to
Oh,
go
yeah.
to it now and try to investigate it.
Okay, sure. 18.
Nice.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, so you would find, as the others found before you, it appears to be some kind of administrative building.
Is there any like writing or books or anything like that or information?
So you would find you find these like large filing cabinets and large desks and things. You think that maybe there would be something in there, but it seems like whatever material they used has almost certainly degraded. But you do find, searching through one of the desks, a small bag that seems to have some magical properties to it.
I grab it, take it to Greenspell,
All right.
and I kind of wave it in front of your face.
Arcana. You think that it definitely is magical, but you're not exactly sure what it is.
All right. Well, I will gesture over to Usopp.
All right.
I will follow, being gestured over, and
I
Look at
present him the bag, and I kind of give him a shrug, like I have no idea what this is.
all right.
Now you're all cursed.
I have no
come
idea what it is either.
Yep. It's a bag for sure. You can
Oh,
say
I'm
that
going
with
to keep a hold of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm just going to put bag, question mark, question mark.
All right.
All right. Well.
Let's
All
go
right.
back.
Well, I guess just out of curiosity, I asked Usopp where he found the whatchamacallit, the blue orb. But is that over here?
It was in the town center on a
Yeah.
skeleton.
All right. Well, I would like to investigate here one more time before we leave.
All right. You can go ahead and roll investigation.
Come on.
While
be
he's
good.
doing that, I want to try to map. Like, is there a way I can try to map this in like my like either that or just like memorize it, the layout, or
Yeah. A roll intelligence. And so Greenspell, you find as you're searching through, you find there are a lot of sort of skeletons here and weapons sort of embedded in the ground, old and rusted. But one weapon seems to stand out to you because it hasn't rusted at all, which to you seems to suggest that it is probably magical in some way.
Okay.
You sort of pick it up and realize that it is a magical rapier.
Ooh,
So it's a +1 rapier.
very nice. I think I will put that in my bag of holding,
All right.
assuming it will fit and it doesn't cut it.
Can I use like survival or something instead of intelligence since I'm a scout?
Sure, fine.
Okay, great.
25. Yeah. Okay. So I'll say you kind of make a mental note of the layout of the city and kind of how it looks. Sort of the general features of like an aboleth city. You would
Yeah.
definitely know.
I just want to commit it to memory enough that I could explain it to somebody that hasn't been here.
Yeah, I would say you definitely accomplished that.
Okay.
In fact, you probably with a 25, you probably could pretty much name every single building you went to and reproduce almost a perfect map.
Okay, great. Yeah, so when I get back to land, I'm going to draw this map.
All right.
Here, mine's select again.
Yep.
Hate this thing. All right. So one other thing I want to do before we leave. I'm assuming, unless Usopp, do you have anything you want to do?
I want to investigate the town center too to see if I find anything magical.
Again.
Okay, roll investigation. 4. You
Mm.
find a very cool looking rock.
I take it.
All right, add cool looking rock to your inventory.
Yeah.
You think this rock would be really good for skipping over that weird lake?
Oh
the
yeah,
underwater
that's
lake.
exactly what I'm doing.
All right. So you're gonna skip the stone or try and skip the
Yes.
stone over the
I'm
underwater
gonna
lake.
skip the stone.
Right. Well, you sort of throw the stone and it just sinks to the bottom of the lake.
Oh.
It doesn't skip
That
at all.
sucks.
Okay.
All right, I motion again.
Before we
Up.
head back, how big are these glowing rocks that they have over here?
Probably like a few feet across.
I was gonna grab one of those to take up with
Me
us
too.
the next way. Well, I was gonna
They're
put it in
sort
my
of
bag.
like
so
the
it
size of
doesn't.
small boulders. I mean, conceivably,
can-
like a couple of you, if you took like 2 of you together or 3 of you maybe, if all of you did, you could maybe pull up one with you.
Can put it in his bag.
Will the boat fit in the bag of holding?
I don't think it would fit.
Okay.
It would be too wide to fit in the hole, I think.
How about this? How about I take some rope? I'm assuming we have our stuff with us for the most
Yeah.
part. How about if we take some rope and tie it around myself and Dollarmatu? And if we do that, can we swim with it up back to the surface, or be too much weight?
You can try.
Would that be a strength check?
Strength check. Yep.
Would that be a contested strength check or just a regular one?
Just a strength check from you and Dollarmatu.
17.
15.
Strength.
Dollarmatu.
15.
Okay. I'd say you're both pretty small, but you're surprisingly strong for your small size, and the fact that it's underwater makes moving the rock slightly easier since it's, a little bit buoyant. And it takes you a little bit longer than it otherwise would have, but you managed to swim up with the rock, up to the boat.
Very nice. All right.
All right, so you guys swim back up.
It
It takes you probably a solid like 10 or 15 minutes just straight swimming upwards before you finally reach the surface again.
Okay.
You sort of see the crewmen peering over the side of the boat, watching you as you look up this giant boulder that seems to be glowing with this bright white light.
And while I do that, I'll cover it with like a piece, like some part of my some cloth or take off my clothes so it doesn't blind the rest of the crew.
All right.
I don't know. I don't want to say something. Like I'll take off like my shirt or something, and like
Sure.
because it's fairly large object,
Yeah.
so it's not like just piece of leather. It's like you got to put like a blanket almost on it.
All right. So you guys get back to the boat.
Yep.
All right, you guys are headed back to Crown Point then, right?
I guess Usopp is coming with us.
Oh yes, no, it's definitely.
No, we're just
You
gonna
guys
leave
can
Usopp.
see Lloyd in a corner just mumbling to himself, just petrified of what he had to deal with.
All right.
While getting on board, I walk over to Lloyd and I use my hands to spray a little bit of water on his face.
Lloyd does not like water anymore.
He just glares at you for that, just going like,
Rottenbottom's like leaning off the side of the boat, wringing out his beard into the water, shaking the water off of him.
All right.
And then on the way back to Crown Point, can I draw that map?
Yes,
some paper?
you can.
Okay, great.
Yep. Yep. So you have the map of the Abla city. And with that, I'm going to take a very quick break. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool beans.
Cool beans.
Mara, are you still there?
I was about to get up. Why?
I'm just curious how terrifying is Retina in the RP? How much did I sell her as a terrifying villain?
Worrisome. I hope you know you're being filmed, by the way.
Meh. Whatever. I won't go into more about it. So I'm just kind of experimenting with Mega Man and Brawlhalla at this point. Just need to practice spacing and whatnot. Just think of it as a more extreme version of Marv. Got it. Hmm? See, roll. Why is green spell?
Mike's electric
Why are
city.
you rolling intimidation?
Your mic's messed up again.
It's my mic being so dumb. I don't get it. That was a
This
rhetorical question.
hurricane's getting pretty bad down there.
What's that?
The hurricane's getting really bad down there.
Oh yeah.
Category
Where is
4 now. It's hitting Florida and Alabama and Georgia right now. Well, it's going all the way
Ah.
up until Tennessee.
Oh wow. Yeah, you're right.
All right, we're actually going to get some backlash of it here in Ohio. That's how far north it's going.
Wow.
It's just now hitting landfall. They're saying that like Tallahassee area, it's going to be like 10 to 15 feet of storm surge.
Yikes.
All right, I'm back.
Okay.
All right, everybody's still here, right?
Howdy.
Okay. So you guys are headed back from the Evelyn City to Crown Point.
Okay. Well, I would like to do one thing on the ship while we are
All right.
on our way back. So I'll knock on Luna. I'm assuming we all have like separate rooms on or quarters on the ship,
It's more like
or we like spread out like sardines.
you have separate hammocks.
All right. Well, before we arrive at Crown Point, I go up to Luna and I pull out the rapier I found and I present it to her. And it's like, I say to her, I found this on the ground. I think you might get better use of it than I did. And I give her the +1 rapier.
+1 rapier?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
How would I put that in my inventory?
Would you like to name it?
It's just a rapier that does 1 extra damage and has a +1 to hit. So +1 to the damage and +1
at
to
that
the
point,
attack.
should Lloyd have it? Never mind.
Lloyd and Luna can fight over it.
I'm
Lloyd
not fighting
sees
for it. I'm not fighting
Lloyd
for it.
and Lloyd sees Greensville handing Luna this magical rapier. Becomes overcome with jealousy and murders her in the middle of the night
God.
to take it.
Oh,
All right. So Dollarmontum is working on his map. Greenspell is talking to Luna. Does anybody else want to do anything on their journey home?
Let me see. Was there
Probably
anything else
mid-afternoon. By the time you get back, it'll be like evening, so you have at least a few hours.
Okay.
I'm naming the sword.
Okay.
By all means.
oh, Luna's keeping it to herself. Got it.
She's keeping it.
The way I look at it is that, well, in character, you're a much better fighter. So when it comes to martial combat, Luna needs all the help she can get. And since my character, I can't use a sword, I can't use it. So
If he asked for it, she's willing to give it to him, but he has to keep the name.
Oh, what if she just names it something stupid?
Oh,
Yes.
she is. She is.
Oh god, this is like the Elaine thing all over again, where he just names Indigo's sword and he has to keep the name.
Yes. Okay, how do I put this in? You said D6?
I know exactly what you're referencing there. You can't slip that by me as a Fire Emblem fan. I hope you know.
So it's essentially a normal rapier, except it gets a +1 to damage and a +1 to hit.
And it's also considered a magic item, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, any
Also,
+1,
it is considered unbreakable, isn't it?
any +1 weapon is magic. Yeah. All right. So you guys are headed back to Crown Point.
Okay.
It's sort of later in the evening when you.
Also, while we're on the ship, I will distribute the gold I found from everybody evenly. So everyone gets 60 gold pieces.
Okay.
Cool.
Ooh.
Cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I will
All right.
deal with that once I have this.
While
done.
we're on the ship, I will also give a green spell, the orb.
How many
So
You
gold
want me to
pieces?
have it?
I want you to
60.
have it.
Okay.
Oh yes, the orb. In terms of functionality, it is. What did I say
Do
it
we
was?
know what it is?
You would say. I would say that you'd probably recognize it, considering it matches the description of what the Lycan told you it would be. So presumably this is the thing that is meant to protect your mind against the aboleth, which seems to mesh with when you stare into it. You do seem to experience that effect.
Okay.
So after gazing into the orb, for 1 hour, you will receive +5 to saving throws against any aboleth effect.
Now, do I have to have the orb in order
Nope,
to...
it doesn't require tuning. So everyone in the party can look into it and gain that effect.
And
Okay.
it's a +5?
So it's basically we don't need multiple. We can only.
Yeah, true.
Ooh,
Guess who has
That's
the
good.
sword in place?
All right. As you guys pull into the harbor of the city,
Okay, I'm letting.
What did you call the sword?
It's gonna say attack, but it's not. But I'm not attacking.
Fire Striker.
The Fire Striker.
Yes!
What kind of saving throw is it again? Is it all saving throws or just...
Yes, any saving throw against an effect done by the aboleth.
Nice.
Okay, and it's...
I also bring that back to Greenspell in the safe. Examine this again and see what you can find, please. Your mic's messed up again.
All right. Do I need to rank any rolls to see what it is, or...
Do you have detect magic?
I do have detect magic. I'll just use one of those.
Or no, identify. Is that the spell? Which is the one that tells you things? I think it's identify.
I don't have it. I don't have identify.
Is that a spell? Or am I making that up? No, that is a spell. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can make an Arcana check to try and identify it then.
Okay. I'll try one more time. 16.
16. Okay. Yeah. You've heard of these items as sometimes being used by druids. It is a bag of tricks.
Okay. Can I reach? Is there anything in the bag?
Yes.
All right. What do I'll reach my hand in and I will grab something and pull it out.
All right. Roll a d8.
Lloyd,
What?
Lloyd
sorry.
is still on the boat, just polishing his rapier just to try and fight off the corrosive effects that it probably had on a lot of steel weapons that we were using. Because if you don't know,
Yep.
That's true.
salt and water is really not good on like steel. It really corrodes them quickly.
All right,
Alright,
so
well,
you
what
you
do-
reach into the bag and pull out a small fuzzy object.
Do I know what it is?
You've heard that if you throw these small fuzzy objects, they turn into an animal, a friendly animal.
Alright, well, I will take it and I will toss it at the ground.
Roll a d8 for me.
Okay.
5. All right. The small fuzzy ball starts to shift and morph, and in a couple seconds, it takes the form of a large panther.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
The panther sort of walks over to you and sort of nuzzles you with its head.
Very nice. So I don't need to roll animal handling to see if it'll.
Nope.
So it's
you can use a bonus action to command it.
very nice. And you said it's a panther, right?
Yes.
Okay. I shall name this guy. I'll name him. Well, I'll figure out the name when we get back to Crown Point.
Now we have the second pet. The second pet I have to find
Oh yeah.
a token for.
Sorry.
That was my
Well,
fault.
also, I still have access to Belagar, so you can get rid of that for my character.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are anything else you guys want to do on the boat before you get back to Crown Point?
Also, I also give the bag back to Dollar Matum. Meanwhile, Dollar Matum is just
Is the
looking.
bag useless while the animal's out?
Think
First off, how many?
actually-
Were there any other objects in there? Or was it just the one fuzzy ball?
No. You can pull out more.
All right. Well, I will. I won't. I'm not going to pull anything out. I just didn't know if that was empty.
Nope.
I'll just
there are
close
still
up the.
more.
All right. Well, I'll close up the bag and I'll hand it back to Dollar Matum. All right. I give it to the panther to give to Dollar Matum.
Okay. Dollar
Meanwhile-
Matum, you see a large black panther approaching you with a bag in its mouth.
Yeah. He just
And I say down.
slowly grabs the bag from it, kind of confused.
The panther nods at you and walks away.
So it's
Meanwhile, the rest of the crew is like absolutely like mortified at seeing a.
They're like, "Where did this panther come from? There's a panther on the ship."
All right. Well, make it back to port, I guess. Unless anyone else wants to do anything.
Donald's going to pull out some dwarven tobacco and start smoking it in a pipe.
Okay, cool. All right. So it's sort of mid-evening, maybe 6 or 7 o'clock. As you pull into the harbor, and you see something that kind of surprises you. You see that there seem to be soldiers, who are preparing to get onto ships. Of course, they're not planning on leaving tonight, but many of them are gathering their things, putting them onto the boats. Many of the guardsmen who you know as Crown's Point guards, not guards from the quay. You think it's rather strange. In any case, you make your way off the boat and into the city.
Can I turn to one of the guards or one of the soldiers and ask what's going on?
Sure. You approach a sort of scruff-looking, sort of middle-aged man. He looks like he could be one of the officers. And he actually recognizes you as you approach. He says, "Ah, Greenspell, you are one of the ones who helped us save the city. We owe you a great debt." And so he goes on to explain that the guards are being taken. Essentially, the Imperial Council has called for all the soldiers that are possible to be dispensed with, to be sent immediately to Caloria, to the capital. You sort of catch wind that the mayor and indeed as well the governor, neither one are particularly happy about this state of affairs, considering they're both
Okay.
aware that there's an aboleth running around. But the Imperial Council demanded soldiers from every region, so they are being forced to.
And this is in response to the Aboleth crisis.
This is in response to rising tensions with some of their sort of more barbarous neighbors in the east, let's say.
Okay. So it's not related to our current predicament. Okay.
No, it is not.
Something
All
much
right.
bigger.
Well, then I wish him good luck, and I let him go back to his duties.
He sort of starts packing up boxes to go onto the ship.
Are any of the shops still open, or is it too late in the evening to do anything?
Yeah, it's like 7 or 8 p.m. The shops are closed at this point.
All right. Well, I suppose we should at a place for the night, turning to the party, and I will go speak with Milo and see if he'll let me stay in the temple.
All right.
And I turn to Usopp and I say, would you like to accompany me?
Yes, I'd like to go back to the temple as well.
All right.
All right. Milo greets you
Lloyd
as
just comments
as you
going
both
like,
approach.
"I'm gonna go to the inn. I'm so
we just
done
going to
after everything."
Are we just gonna go to sleep, or is like still time left?
I mean,
It's like 7 or 8 p.m. So most of the shops are closed at this point.
Okay.
So you could potentially do something, but
Okay.
you'd be somewhat limited in what you could do at this point.
Okay. Then Lynn is just
Actually-
gonna go and sleep.
Lloyd
Well,
is gonna
actually-
go to the tavern.
All right. Are you getting a room at the tavern?
Again, if I want to, but he's mainly going there so he can have a drink.
You
He-
go back to
He
MacGuffin's
wants
house.
to get drunk and forget about what has happened.
All right. It'll be a couple, say like 2 silver for an ale.
Okay, he pays. Is Daramato going there or no? Just
He
I
isn't.
curious.
know it. I'm probably already there, actually.
Yeah, the second you landed, he just immediately bolted straight to the tavern.
Yeah, I'd say I'm probably already at the bar.
All right. So yeah, Milo sort of graciously allows you Greenspawn and Usopp to stay there. Of course, Usopp, you probably already have like a place for like acolytes to sleep, so
Yeah, I can just.
you
go
don't
to
even
the
have to
common
talk to
area.
him. He just like lets you in. Everybody is like, okay.
I mean, I'm also an acolyte, but I know I'm not technically a Selunite.
Selunite, yeah.
Selunite, yeah. Sorry.
But they
Selenite.
still let you in and give you a room.
And I also, while I'm getting settled in, I take some of the I take a little bit of a rope and I wrap it around the panther and I form a makeshift leash and I tie him to a tree outside the temple.
All right.
And does he? I'm assuming he doesn't understand language, but I
Right.
sort of gesture to him to stay.
You
and
can
I
give him
lead-
commands though.
I can give him commands. I say stay, and doing that, I take some leftover rations from my pack and I give it to him.
Okay.
Now, this might be an odd question, but is he big enough that I could ride him if I got a saddle and all that? Like I know my character, I'm a small character.
Possibly, maybe, yeah.
I only weigh 45 pounds, so I don't know how big of a panther we're talking.
I think panthers are pretty. I mean, they're pretty big. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
You could
I think
probably
they're a
ride
large
one.
animal.
Yeah, they are pretty large.
I mean, he's probably not as big as a horse, but
Definitely not. Yeah, but I mean,
no. But since given that I'm a halfling, I
yeah,
don't
big
see
enough
any
for a
issue.
halfling to ride, probably.
Maybe
yeah.
maybe not a person, a full-sized human.
All right, so you guys all go to sleep. Sleepy time.
Yes.
Well,
Right.
I think I'm gonna stay up for a while and drink and then go to bed.
All right. Where are the rest of you sleeping?
Does Doramatu by chance see Lloyd drinking?
No.
You probably are drinking in the same bar. Presumably. Are you're both
Yeah.
at the Wayward's Rest?
I'm at number 7.
Yeah, you would definitely see him. It's not that big of a bar.
You may see me, but Dollar Martin drinks very independently, focused on himself and the ale and his buddy behind the bar. So he doesn't really look around to see who else is in with him.
There you go. He doesn't seem to notice Lloyd's presence.
Lloyd doesn't care either.
Yeah, Lloyd's too traumatized.
I think
Figure
I think I have a room in this inn dedicated to me.
You have the VIP suite.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, you probably do.
Okay. So I'll retire to my room after I'm done drinking.
Okay, Luna, you're going out to camp again, I'm guessing. And Lloyd, you're gonna get a room in the inn, presumably.
Yeah.
Okay. It'll be just a couple silver then.
How
Right.
much?
Just say I don't know, like 2 silver.
2. Okay.
All right. So in the morning, you all wake up. Greensbow, you walk out to see that your panther is gone.
Is the rope still there?
The rope is still there, undamaged. Still tied as it was the night before.
Huh. So I guess that particular spell only lasts for a certain amount of time. Well, I guess I should tell Dollar Matsu before he starts throwing things. And with that, I gather my things. I take my rope and I put it back in my pack, and I make my way towards the Wayward's Rest, where I find to talk to Dollar Matsu.
All right.
I think
So-
I'm there, and Dollar Martin is still asleep in his room.
All right. Well, then I guess I'll come back for him later. Is the
Alright.
bar? Is it?
Kinda like
Well, is
that.
it? Is the inn? Is it? Well, is it an inn or is it a bar? First off.
I mean, I would say that it's technically probably both.
So it's open. I can walk in without
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I will talk to the barkeeper, and I will leave him a message to give to Dollar Matsu when he awakens.
Okay.
That saying basically, be careful with that bag. Those creatures are not permanent, and that just try, especially once he's drinking, try to be careful not to accidentally throw him by accident. Blah 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 blah.
All right.
And then I leave. And if I'm still going, I was going to head over to the apothecary.
All right. What is everyone else doing?
Oh wait, it's the next day.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm staying up at the temple. I'm gonna see if they need any rites performed, anything like that. Any help they need.
Yeah, sure. There's always help needed in the temple, I would say.
I always gotta spend
When
time.
Dollar Martin wakes up, I'm going to go to the town center to speak to the mayor.
Sure. Lloyd and Luna, what are you guys getting up to?
Lloyd goes to the refugee camp to see how it's doing.
All right. And Luna, where you headed to?
What time is it in the day? Like, did we just wake
Morning.
up?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So Luna's pretty much like, as of right now, she's kind of just praying. So, and like,
All right.
I did not mean to move her. But yeah,
Alright.
she's kind of just
So Luna's
praying
out
right now.
sort of-
So
All right. So Luna's out, sort of praying out in the delta.
I'm
area.
assuming we get a long rest.
Yeah, of course.
I will say this:
Lloyd,
the Delta
you're
is
headed
just-
off to the.
I will say this: the Delta is now Luna's area.
It seems that way, yeah. Lloyd, you're headed off to the refugee camp. That's sort of been set up just outside the city. It seems like they continue to make progress. You see fewer and fewer people here every day. People that have had their houses rebuilt or have found a more permanent residence elsewhere. But still, there are plenty of hungry faces, desperate people who had their houses destroyed and don't have anywhere to stay. When you arrive, they have you sort of helping pass out food to the families who have nothing left after the siege of Crown Point. All right. So Greensville, you're headed to the apothecary.
Yes.
All right. So you step into the apothecary. The familiar elvish man greets you. Ah, always happy to see a repeat customer. What can I do for you?
Ah, yes. Well, first things first, thank you for the potions of water breathing. They worked quite well.
Yes, I'm quite glad that they were able to serve you well.
Yes, thank you. But why I'm actually here, I take out the little handfuls of herbs. On our expedition to the ocean, bottom of the ocean, I found these mysterious herbs that. Now I'm no alchemist, but I have heard these look familiar in that book you gave me. Maybe these might be of some use to you. I hand him the little pouch of herbs I pulled from the bottom of the floor. C4.
Yeah. He sort of takes a look at him and he says, ah, yes, these are quite rare. And an important part of some of the most advanced healing potions that are available.
And
I would certainly be willing to pay for these.
with what I've given you, would you be able to craft any potions? With how much I have?
I would be able to craft some potions with a few more ingredients, perhaps. But with these are, well, extremely rare. Of course, they only grow in the bottom of the seafloor. So, I could give you a discounted price, certainly.
How much would you be willing to offer?
Let's see. He would be willing to give you let's say he would be willing to give you 4 potions of supreme healing for 200 each, using the ingredients that you gathered.
So, I thought you said you needed more ingredients.
Yeah, but he's using essentially the cost is for the other ingredients that you don't have.
Okay. How much would he be willing to buy the herbs directly without crafting any potions? Do you know?
Like, let's say 800 gold.
Each or total?
Total.
Okay, well, I will. If it's not too much, then I would like to hold on to this for a little bit and see if the rest of the party would like to buy some, either to hold on to this or buy some potions, if that's all right. I'll be
very
back in a
well.
little bit.
And all right.
And I'm guessing he looks somewhat disappointed seeing me take the bag back without.
He is a little disappointed, but
He's not going to
Yeah.
stab me when I'm not looking. Okay. Trying to steal.
you know, you're a repeat customer.
Okay.
He believes you'll be back.
Okay.
All
right.
So Dollar Majum, you're headed off to the mayor.
Yeah.
And while he's doing that, I will also go visit the mayor. I'm assuming the timing is okay since he woke up later.
Well, he was asleep, so yeah.
Okay, then I will go.
I'll
with
say
him.
you can you meet him in the mayor's office.
Or will you both walk in at roughly the same, not the same time, but a similar time?
Right. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Just want to make
So
sure that
when is
checked
it
out.
Lloyd's turn?
Lloyd.
Yeah, because he went in to check in the camp, but he hasn't really gotten a chance to do anything else yet.
Oh well, what else would you like to do?
He goes up to some of the families, offering a bit of his rations.
All right. They sort of gratefully accept.
Oh, sorry. That reminds me. Who has the magical side? Is that Luna? I think, or
No,
is it
it's
Father Matum?
it's Lloyd.
You do. Okay. Okay. I was just making sure that I didn't know who had it.
Yeah, you see some some haggard old people. They look like they're struggling since their house was destroyed. They have nowhere else to go. They thank you, sir, for the food. He takes the ration and scarfs it down quickly. All right. So to the mayor's office. Greenspell and Dollarmatum, you walk in and the mayor greets you warmly. Greenspell, Dollarmatum. It's good to see you again.
It's
You
good.
as well.
Like the pleasure is all mine.
Were you able to find out any information on the aboleth?
Well, yes and no.
Not as good
We
as we
were-
wanted, unfortunately.
Yes, we did manage to find let's just say, an artifact that will help with some of the. If we decide to go after this creature, and I stole that blue orb to show him. Supposedly, it will help increase our defenses against the aboleth should we decide to pursue it. And then
sort of stares at it
briefly, yeah. And then I put it away.
What a strange object! I can't say I've ever seen anything quite like it.
It's the first I've heard of it. We've had quite the encounter with a group of underwater beings.
Underwater beings.
Yes, you wouldn't believe me even if I told you.
Yes, so I'm glad you were able to make it back to us in any case. Well, do you know the location of this monster's lair?
I'm afraid I can't. I'm afraid not, but
I
it
pull
is
out
an
a map and I roll it out on his desk and show him what I've drawn of what we saw down there.
All right. He sort of looks it over. So this was
Most of it was really in decay and destruction. Looks like there was some kind of battle in the water. A
interesting.
lot of skeletons and weapons and destruction.
Well, this would certainly be of value to some of our more academic friends. But I'm afraid we must keep our eyes focused on the task at hand. That aboleth is a danger to us all.
And then,
speaking of which, where are all the guards going?
Yes, well,
you read my mind.
It is a dictate from the Council of Fathers. In their infinite wisdom, they decided to recall all of the guards from Rugia, to call up as many troops as possible to be sent immediately to Caloria. Apparently, the conflict with our eastern neighbors has nearly reached a breaking point. They expect that we'll be at war soon. It couldn't have had worse timing, I say.
So Rudiger is put on the back burner as always,
Indeed. Ah,
left to
that's
die by Aboleth.
that's sort of the hope that you'll be able to deal with the Aboleth, and then perhaps our troubles will finally be over. In any case, the governor has sent an official request to the Council of Fathers to reduce our requirement of soldiers to be sent, but, well, I am somewhat doubtful that they'll listen to him.
Now, just
Well,
to
if you
clarify,
could have anybody that
go ahead.
knows anything about Aboleth in the city, take a look at this map. We need
Yes, of
more
course.
information. This was pretty much a red herring.
And I would say that the college and the key might be they might have some more value for this map than I would say.
Very
We'll
well.
make a
Also,
note
you
of that.
guys did get an approximate location of the
That
Aboleth
is
Slayer.
true. We do, yes, our search hasn't been completed just yet. There's still a few points of interest that we would like to investigate.
It was
It was up here, I thought.
yeah, up in this
Yeah.
region.
Well, why don't we go there?
Well, we
Right.
could.
Any more water
The mayor says,
reinforcements?
so, do you have some kind of plan to deal with the monster? I would offer the city of Crown Point to help you in any way possible, but I'm afraid that we have very few soldiers to spare at the moment.
Well, unless your soldiers happen to be fish or mer creatures, I'm afraid there is little that they can do to help us.
Could we
Aboleths,
not
you
lure the
see,
creature up to the surface?
it's a
It seems
possibility.
it would be better to fight it on land, surely.
Needless, well, while I appreciate the idea, as we've mentioned, aboleths are creatures of the mind in the sense that they attack the psyche of all of the people who cross it. The last thing we would want is for your people to be entranced by the aboleth spell and become their slaves.
Hmm. Could they truly take control of so many all at once? It's hard to believe. Well, I suppose you know better than I do.
Their existence is hard to believe.
Yes.
Uh,
They look like
Anything that-
something out of a storybook.
yes, it's true. They, from what you've described to me, they do seem like terrifying creatures. It's sort of insane to imagine that this creature had been living in our waters for so long, completely undetected by us. To think
Yes,
that
well,
the pirate menace all along had been orchestrated by this creature. I certainly hope this is the only one.
my hope so too. And if our intelligence was correct, apparently that city we found was from thousands of years ago. So who knows if that aboleth has been alive for that long, or if it's maybe a different aboleth or part of that same group. Who knows? It is a mystery that we still do not fully comprehend.
I see. Well, of course, any assistance that the city of Crown Point can offer, we will happily do so.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you for your time, then, Mayor. I wish your
Yeah.
men safe travels to the capital,
Yes,
and
of course.
I pray for their protection in battle.
With an aboleth on the prowl, they might need it.
Yes.
Well, very well. I hope you deal with this aboleth threat as quickly as possible. You will have saved the city twice.
How's your brother doing?
Oh, yes, Joshua. Well, there are still many in the city who wish to try him. It's been a difficult process, considering he was completely under the control of another creature. But, well, he's made progress, and people are beginning to accept him again. It'll
That's
be a
good.
slow process, I'm sure.
He is a good man, so it'll only be a matter of time before he is seen as one of the people again.
I certainly hope so.
Well, with that said, then I think we shall take our leave.
Yes,
Thank
very
you for
well.
your time.
And please speak with the quartermaster if you need anything. And if you need any soldiers, I'm sure that we'll be able to find a few to spare.
The only thing we may need is perhaps another a boat and a crew if we decide to investigate the Aboleth threat any further.
Very well. Best of luck to you then.
Thank you. And then I bows respectfully and I take my leave.
All right. Where are you guys headed to next?
Well, while we're walking out, I'm talking to Dollar Matsu and I'm telling him that I ask those herbs I found, apparently they're very valuable and they can make some supreme potions of healing. Would you be interested in maybe buying a few for the group? Or
Much.
it says it. I tell him it's 200 gold for each potion, using the herbs that we have and the other ingredients that we need.
Yeah.
And if we sell them
Might be the best
outright,
decision.
if we sell them outright, it'd be 200 gold pieces each.
Yes.
What do you say, Master Dwarf? Or do you not like being called Master Dwarf? I don't remember.
I am no master, that's for sure.
Very well then. Dollar Batum. Sounds weird when I say it like that. What say you?
I'll put some gold forward to buy some.
Do we want to? Should we buy all four, or should we?
You said
Apparently, these
200 gold
herbs,
pieces?
it's 200 each.
I'll buy one.
Then I will buy one as well. I will go. Do you know where the others are? Let's
I
see
have
if.
no idea.
Okay, well,
I'm gonna give you my 200 gold pieces though,
okay.
so you can buy them.
All right. Well, then I will go back to the apothecary real quick and buy two, before I forget. So these are potions of supreme healing. You said.
Yes. I don't know that those are in Roll 20, but I think it's 10d4 plus 20.
I got it. Hang on. $10d4 plus 20. Yeah.
Yep. Sounds right.
Do these have any weight or no?
Oh, probably 0.5 pounds if I had to guess, but let me double check. Would be the same weight as a regular healing potion, whatever that is.
0.5 probably.
It's not loading.
Oh boy. What was that?
Here we go.
Did anyone else hear the pop?
Yeah, it's 0.5 pounds. Yeah.
Okay. So, and I will go.
Did anyone else hear the pop?
I'm just going to go back to the temple and talk to Usopp.
No.
Yeah, I heard the pop.
If anyone else wants to do something first, they can go ahead. I've been taking up a lot of time.
Yeah. Anybody else want to do anything? Lloyd, Luna?
Luna's kind of just.
What is the best thing to try and maybe help, like, cook some food for them? What
I'll be
thing would
right
I
back,
have to
guys.
do?
Okay.
I don't know where the camp is. So.
They would probably have some food there already, like raw ingredients and stuff set aside in crates for the
Yeah, but what kind of thing would I have to do for cooking?
survival probably.
Oh no. I'm pretty sure that Lloyd is going to suck at this.
Yep.
10. Okay, I mean that's pretty much average. So like you make some food that's
Yeah,
not
survival -1.
you make some food that's not great, but you know it's definitely edible. And the refugees, I mean they're just grateful for anything.
I don't even know where the
So they
refugees
take
are.
it and eat it. They're people whose houses were destroyed during the siege of Crown Point.
Yeah, but where's the camp for anything?
So
Like,
huh?
where the heck is he at? You said there's a camp, and I don't even know where
It's
they are.
it's not on the map.
Okay, that
But
makes
it would be just outside this. It would be just outside the city.
sense.
People whose houses were destroyed and have yet to be rebuilt, essentially.
It would be like up here or past here. Or it would be
Yeah,
like past here.
I would say. I mean, I was kind of thinking down in the south, past
Okay.
where these houses are, but
Where the insert is on the map.
yeah, more or less.
Okay. All right. Well, I would like to go talk then with Usopp. I'm assuming, of course, he's still at the temple.
I don't know.
Usopp.
Yep. I'm
Luna's
definitely in
helping
the
build
temple still.
houses. That's why I did
Okay.
the Spanx tick.
Well, I was
You
gonna
don't do
say-
that good of a job, but you do your best to help.
Okay. Well, I will go up to Usopp and wait. I'll wait for him to finish his right before I speak with him to be
Yes.
polite. I have some good news. Do you remember those herbs I found under the ocean?
No idea you found some. Is
Oh,
there a
well,
good
I take
reason
out-
for this?
Well, I talked with the apothecary. Apparently, he could craft us some potions of supreme healing.
Very strangely.
I am interested. Can you tell me more?
Well, apparently these are very rare herbs that are used in crafting that particular potion, but in order to craft them, it would be quite a price. It'd be 200 gold pieces for one.
Mm,
I've already bought in two, and I was
I'd
thinking
like
we would
to
give
have-
one for each part. I was thinking we'd all buy one. Well, we would buy one for each person in the party. But
I have enough to donate my share.
right, well, I know Dollar Matum has already purchased one, and I need to give it to him, and I meet up with him again. And I have one for myself. But if you are willing to, I will be glad to take your gold, and I will purchase another potion from the apothecary. I'm sure he will be quite glad as well.
Of course. How much are we talking?
I have two units or two pieces of the herb, so I can potentially make two more.
And how much is it? Is it for one?
It's 200 per potion. So, would you like to buy one, or would you like to buy both?
Unfortunately, I give most of my money to the church. You see,
Oh,
one
well,
would do me well.
very good then. I will gladly take the 200 pieces then, and I will return shortly.
I will give you 200 gold.
Okay? And then I immediately will go to the apothecary and have him brew another potion, which I'm assuming doesn't take particularly long.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You don't need to RP it, so.
Yeah, he does it for you. No
Okay.
issues.
All right, so Dollar Matum, let's just say, well, actually, I'll do that later. Just remember that you have a potion of greater healing in your inventory. Or supreme healing, sorry. So I will give one to Dollar Matum at some point, and then I will come back and give one to Usopp.
Cool.
Just be careful not to drop it. It has a very interesting allure to it. It almost looks like blood. Anyway. Anyone else want to do anything? Feel like I'm taking it the entire time, and I'm okay. Go ahead. By all means.
Lloyd goes to the magic person's place, the person who can check like enchantments before he places down the scythe right in front of him.
Okay.
If you won't mind, sir, may you please check this for me?
Yeah. Let's see. I think the blacksmith might know some stuff about it.
Yeah,
So
What was it?
he would be able to tell you that it is a scythe of the harvest. This is a common enchantment placed on scythes by farmers. It shoots out a sort of a magical blade of force, 60 feet in front of the scythe. It speeds up the harvest quite a bit.
Okay, well, $1 Matum, if you didn't hear me, to add a potion of supreme healing to your inventory.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else you guys want to be getting up to?
I'm thinking.
There's just one thing I'd like to do.
Okay,
Alright.
by all means.
I'm just gonna quickly check, see if there's anyone who donated any potions of healing to the temple.
Okay. I would say at the moment they're
Probably not.
sort of the same stock as before. There aren't any new ones.
Okay, I won't take any more then. So.
All right.
Okay.
So next on the agenda for you guys. Where are you headed to next?
Let's see. What do we want to do? I'm actually going to go visit the blacksmith.
All right.
Or armorer, I guess it would be the equivalent. Looking for some enchanted leather armor, or somebody who could, if they can't make it, if somebody who would be able to. Or I'll just talk,
Yeah.
I guess that would be actually no, that would be the tannery. My bad, not the blacksmith.
Yeah.
My bad. Oops.
I forgot there was leather armor. Let's see.
Like a leather. Do they have leather armor +1? Is that a thing?
I don't know actually. Let me.
Because I know studded leather I can't use because it's metal, and they can't wear plate or chain.
Yeah. Let's see. +1 armor. Yeah. So the leather worker, he sort of looks through his things, and after a minute he says, like, yes, I think I do have something that I could potentially give to you. It's 1,200 gold for +1 leather armor.
Okay, well, I reach into my satchel of holding and I pull out 2 platinum pieces. Will this do? Oh wait, no, is platinum 10 to 1 or 100 to 1?
It's 10 to 1.
Oh, my apology. I get 8 platinum. I give him 8 platinum pieces and I give him 400 gold.
Okay.
My bad. I thought it was 100 to 1.
He sort of like clinks them. Sure they're legit. He says, "All right," and he sort of hands you the armor. And you see as it sort of like the magical essence of the armor causes it to, as you pick it up and attune to it, it naturally shrinks and adjusts and expands where it needs to, so that it perfectly matches your size.
Thank you, good sir.
Yes, I hope the armor suits you well. Let's see, Luna.
+1 is
a giant fish with a gold piece in his mouth.
What?
With a nat 20.
Were they gold pieces?
Yeah, there's a fish that had swallowed a gold piece. Isn't that weird?
Luna was
I
fish-
guess
Now
that
this-
fisherman game in Fire Emblem Free Houses has really done wonders, huh, Mara?
So the leather. I'm sorry.
Luna's planning to give the fish to the people where Lloyd is for the camp.
Okay, yeah, it's like
That's the
it's a massive
blacksmith.
it's a massive fish, definitely. Definitely enough to feed probably at least a couple people.
Luna's,
Like one of those giant tuna fish.
Luna gives it to the one people. Luna gives it to the camp.
All right, they're very grateful. Yeah, the +1 armor is +1 to AC from regular leather armor.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
All right.
Oh. Can I ask a quick question? Are my boots up +1 to AC, or are they just the boots?
Oh, the boots of speed?
Yeah,
They're just boots. Yeah.
just boots. Cool.
Yep. I mean, they do give you speed.
Of course, yes. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing out on the AC.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Where are you guys headed to next?
Let's see. I'm thinking. Hang on. Well, for
I
the
will
sake of
say this,
brevity,
both my rapiers have names now.
what?
Both my rapiers have names now.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
All right. Well, for the sake of brevity, I will go to the bar after. By the time, let's say all my business goes on, it's midday. I'll go over to the bar where Dalamatsu is probably drinking. I give him his potion. I tell him to, use it wisely and all that. And I go back. I will head to the temple where I will pray. And I will donate some gold as well.
All right.
I run into Milo and I'll give him 100 gold pieces. And from there, I will go to the harbor and I will talk to one of the people. And actually, no, sorry, not the harbor. You know what? Never mind. I think I'm just going to chill at the temple for now.
Can have a conversation. Luna's still there.
All right. All right.
So I'm just going to chill here for now.
What's everyone else doing?
Doing my rights, the temple worker, what do they call that? Acolyte, so just at the temple.
Right. That makes sense.
I keep forgetting that Luna's an acolyte, but then again, she's not an acolyte for specifically this religion, so. I kind of keep forgetting that.
All right. Where are you guys headed to next? What's next on the agenda?
Say one of these nights we probably all better meet up and discuss the plan.
All right. So you guys are you gonna meet up and
That's okay with everyone else, yeah.
come up with a plan?
Okay.
All right. So what are you guys thinking?
Well, I'm thinking that we should probably head. Part of me wants to go to where the Aboleth lives and, go beat him up. Part of me is also thinking that we should be a bit more cautious with our strategy, and maybe we should try to find more information. And also, a part of me is thinking maybe we should go see what's going on in the capital. Well, I can't be the only one thinking anything.
Oh, excellent choices. I
Lloyd
personally
just
believe
goes like, I'm sorry, I'm just really shaken up about what happened yesterday.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Anything that doesn't involve going back in the water sounds good to me.
unfortunately
I agree.
I'm thinking the only thing that will be on my mind is the aboleth until we take care of it.
Yes, well,
But
well,
will follow.
I do agree that what's the phrase looking for? Subduing this creature would be our first priority, but the last thing we would want is to go in unprepared and end up mindless, enslaved, like what you call like Joshua was.
Of course. But
So
I do believe this venture to the capital might spiral out of control, and we will lose sight of the.
that's a good point. Well, we need to find somebody who's an expert on these kinds of creatures. Because these are, if I remember correctly, these aboleth are water-dwelling creatures, and they don't come on land very much. So we would need something that they would want.
Something to lure them, yes.
Exactly. Yes, and I'm not really sure what. In your travels, have you come across anybody who is knowledgeable about ancient creatures at all on your pilgrimage?
Ooh. That's the question I would have to ask the DM.
Let's see. I would say you don't know anybody who necessarily you think might know about aboleth in particular. No more than like obviously the maybe in the capital or maybe in the key or something, maybe there'd be some people who are like better educated and have maybe some information, but you doubt that any of them will have very much more information than what you already found in the library.
Well, actually, that gives me an idea. Come with me, Usopp. We need to go. We need to speak to Joshua.
You got it.
Does Luna
Right.
Luna asks us if they want her to go as well.
Are you at the temple?
Oh, she's not at the temple? No, she's not at the temple. I just didn't know where you guys were.
Met up.
I thought we all met up.
I mean,
too.
Sure. Okay, we can say we all met up. That's fine.
Right,
But if you are welcome to accompany us if you want. I'm just going to ask him a few questions.
Okay, so Joshua Poole is currently, he's currently staying in the castle. They sort of have him under like a soft kind of house arrest, more or less, sort of keeping him under observation. People still don't completely trust him.
All right. Well, I will not. Is he like staying in? Is he in a cell or is he like?
It's not a cell. It's just like a room that's kind of. It's like not being actively guarded, kind of, but they're kind of keeping an eye on him in the castle. He's not supposed to leave.
Okay. Well, I will approach the room and I will knock on the door. Excuse me, Josh. May I have a word?
After a moment, you you hear somebody on the other side of the room. He sort of opens up the door and he says, "Ah, my liberators. It's good to see you again."
It's good to see you too. How are you adjusting to the? Are you adjusting to the world again?
Yes. Well, it's quite strange, I must say, being back in Crown Point after all these years, but much better than living with all those stinky pirates.
I imagine. May I sit?
Yes, please. He sort of gestures to some tables sort of set, or some chairs sort of set around like a dining table kind of thing.
Yes.
Would
I
you
have
like some tea or water or anything while you're here?
I could go for some tea. How about I look over at Luna and Usopp. Anything for you two?
Tea for me, please.
Yes, 2 teas. Very well. Do you take any sugar in your tea?
2 lumps.
No, thank you.
Very well.
No sugar for me.
And after a moment, he sort of returns with some hot tea. Here you are.
Thank you.
One
kind
with
sir.
sugar and one without.
Well, thank you. Nothing for you, Luna?
Luna's spaced out.
Very well.
Is
Let's-
like, can I not be heard?
Barely.
I can hear you.
Damn it. Luna orders milk and any meat, pretty much. Anything that has
Okay,
any.
We're not- this isn't a tavern. This is a dude's house. We're talking to Joshua Poole.
Oh.
He'll
He's
bring
not
you some milk.
existing.
Whenever I think of Joshua, I think of 2 things. I either think of Joshua from Fire Emblem 8 or I think of Joshua Graham.
I'm sorry. I must have went down there
Okay.
for a second. Fucking
You're fine.
Don't mind her.
She pretty much asks him, "What do you know about?" She's just being pretty much straight honest about what they're wanting.
All right. So you want to know about the aboleth then?
Yeah.
Well, more specifically, I want to know, do you remember what happened what was the last thing you remember before you were abducted by the Aboleth? Or maybe abducted isn't the right word. Entranced, maybe.
Let's see. I remember the aboleth that killed some of the rest of the crew. It took us up onto the deck. Let's see. And I believe there were only a few of us left. 2 or 3 of us, I think, were all that remained who were still alive. And I'm not sure. It was like something just reached into my mind. I suppose that's all I can say, really.
So you never saw the creature.
No, I did see it, yes. It attacked my boat directly.
I see.
It did rise to the surface, yes.
Do you remember what you had on board? Were you carrying any particular cargo or supplies?
Yes, well, we were a merchant vessel. I can't quite recall what it was we were carrying. Spices or something? I'm not sure, I'm sorry. Did you have any further questions?
Seems to me it's more of an indiscriminate attack rather than a targeted one.
Yes, well, perhaps then, I'm not sure if you've heard the news around the village, but we are going after your abductor, if you will, or I don't know what the right word is. Slaver? Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
Well,
And
I
we
suppose it's accurate.
I guess. It's not exactly the most couth terminology. Well, in any case, we're trying to find a way to lure it out of its habitat, much in the same way as your ship was attacked. Any information you can give us that might be helpful would be splendid. My colleagues are not very fond of going on an underwater hunting expedition, if you catch what I mean.
Yes, I see. Well, I can certainly tell you. The aboleth did approach my vessel. So perhaps it must be able to see you in order to take control of your mind. The other thing is the slaves are, well, an important part of what the Aboleth is trying to do. I'm not sure that I could necessarily explain why. It seemed to me that we had collected enough slaves for it. I can't imagine that it even had a use for them all, but
So there were
Lilith
others.
wanted more and more. Oh yes. The I suppose as I've been sort of dealing with this thing that had been in control of my mind, and I've come to understand more and more what it was doing and why it was doing it. I think that the whole purpose of the pirates, the whole reason that it had sort of captured me and forced me to build that organization, was just a way for it to get more pirates, or to get more slaves without, well, needing to expose itself, so to speak. But perhaps with that apparatus destroyed, in order to rebuild, perhaps it must reveal itself, unless it's already found some new slaves, or perhaps it could use one of its other slaves to interdict a vessel. I'm not sure.
Oh.
But indeed, the first slave that was ever taken, I believe it must have been taken directly by the Aboleth itself.
That would make sense. Let me ask you this: were you able, once you were possessed, were you able to spread that to others, or did the Aboleth have to be nearby to take control of multiple minds?
No, I had to. Any slaves, any captured people we collected, we sent them via teleportation circle in the basement of, one of the rooms, on our main base. Did you find it?
Yes, we did. Although I'm afraid that we destroyed it.
Ah, well, no matter. I'm sure we'll be able to find the lair again, and in any case, the teleportation circle certainly would have, teleported you directly into the lair of the creature, and I'm certain that there are some sort of defenses it has in place in case of an attack made via that direction. It
Right.
probably wouldn't be the best route of attack in any case.
I think you're right. Do you have any idea where this lair might be? I know you probably have only seen it once of your own mind, but
I've actually never been there. It attacked my vessel, and after it gave me commands, that was it. I can say that once it was out of my sight, and after a period of a day or so, I could feel its power on me lessening. Part of the reason why it had me construct the teleportation circle, part of the purpose of that circle, was that it somehow extended its influence over its slaves, and allowed it to control, to continue to exert its power over them, even though they were so far away.
When you, just to clarify, when you say exert its influence, was it physically body, or was it more or less commanding you to do so telepathically, and you complied? If that makes any sense at all.
Yes, I understand what you mean. It's more like being charmed, I would say. You do have some semblance of control. You feel like you're in control of your own mind. You feel like you're in control of your own body, but ultimately, you're bent to the will of the creature. It gives you commands and you obey.
Well, that's all I have. Anything from you two? Looking back at Dollar Matum and Luna.
I think you shall come with us.
Of course he does. Luna says,
Well, I would certainly be willing to come with you.
You, of course,
I would-
have the most experience out of all of us with these things.
That is true, and, well, I, for one,
Reading
would
your name.
take some great joy in seeing the death of that horde creature. But I'm not sure that Captain Elias would love the idea.
Don't worry about him. I'll take care of it.
Yes, we'll speak with your brother and see if he can make an exception.
Well, it's less
That's it.
about that, I think, and more about the fact that I might not return. Considering I already had left once before, but suppose if you can convince him otherwise.
If you're with us, you'll return. No
Well,
doubt about it.
I certainly hope so.
Yes, none of us plan on dying on our expedition.
They never do.
You can say that again.
Very well. Do you have any further questions for me?
Well, thank you again for the tea.
Yes, of course. Anytime.
We'll be
Alright,
back
well,
to gather you. Start packing your belongings. Anything you'll need.
Very well. I travel light.
And actually, he gives him 50 gold pieces to get any supplies that he might need.
All right.
well, actually, he's contained to that room, I'm assuming. So
Yeah, he is.
so
Well, he'll be
instead,
released.
assuming, okay.
That's the confidence Dollar Mutton has.
If there's anything you need, we'll be sure to get it before we cast off.
Yes,
I'm
very
going to
well.
go to the captain's quarters right away.
Okay. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go down to the harbor and talk to the harbor master and see if he will be willing to give us a ship and a crew.
All right. So Dollar Machum, you head into the Captain Elias's quarters. He sort of greets you warmly. Dollar Machum, it's good to see you.
Aye, you as well.
Have you made any new insights into the Aboleth problem?
Not as much as I'd like, but we're getting somewhere. Listen, I'm going to need a commitment from you.
Uh,
I'll be back.
of course.
I've not let you
Anything-
down to this point.
Anything that we can do to help.
The only expert here on Crown Point, or at least somebody that has some experience with these things, is your brother. He's going to have to come with us. I hope you understand.
Roll persuasion.
Oh God.
3. He sort of eyes you, looks you up and down. Absolutely not. Under no circumstances would that ever be acceptable.
Do
To
you
be
want
honest, I'm
them
somewhat
gone or
offended
not?
that you would even suggest the idea. As you said, he is the only one who has ever had an encounter with the creature. In the event that you do not return, he is the only one who would ever be able to tell anyone else about the information they need to be able to take on the creature ever again. He's too valuable an asset to be lost. No, your request is denied. Thank you.
Dollar Martin puts his fist on his table. I don't think you understand what I'm saying. He is coming with me.
Okay, roll intimidation. This could end poorly. 9.
It's so bad.
Captain Elias. He's slowly stands up. I hope you're not threatening the captain of the guard.
Oh God.
No, I'm hoping you'd come to your senses and realize that I've not failed you yet.
Get out of my
Give me what I
office.
require.
Oh boy.
I'll be hearing no more of this.
Oh God.
Ah, you draw the line in the sand, do you?
You're a stubborn dwarf. I'll give you that. But I'm as stubborn as you are. This is a final decision.
I hope you understand the implications of this decision.
I do.
You better start training your men to do your dirty work for you then. And he slams his door on the way out.
All right.
I got a green spell and I tell Greenspell, we are not to do anything more with the Aboleths. Let's go to the capital.
Excuse me?
The captain has refused to help us. He's too worried about his own brother and the safety of his town. I will not be disrespected in such a manner after all the things we've done for this city.
Well, I'm sure you must understand his reservations.
No, I do not.
I didn't think. Maybe not. Let me speak with him. Maybe, perhaps I might be able to persuade him.
As you wish. If he denies you too, I will not take part in anything more for this city.
Something just tells me you don't want to go swimming again. I chuckle
I
to
will do what
myself
I
as I
have to.
walk. I chuckle to myself as I walk past. All right. Well, I will knock on the captain's office.
All right. He lets you in. As you enter, he looks at you and he says, "By the gods, Dolomatum sent you, didn't he?"
I don't know what you're talking about.
Listen, I'll tell you what I told him. My brother, Joshua Poole, is too valuable an asset to be lost at sea. Again. He's the only one who knows anything about these aboleth. We need him here in the city where he's safe.
Well, I understand your logic, sir, but on the same vein, if he's the best person who knows all this, if he's also possibly our greatest ally in this fight, perhaps maybe it's because it's your brother that he is. You are so apprehensive to see him go out to sea again.
Nonsense. Nonsense, I say.
Really, you don't say. With that, I hit my staff and there's sparks flying from it, like it look like fire. I'm rarely one to be angry, but I think your personal your personal views are clouding your judgment. You understand the gravity of this situation, don't you? If this aboleth is left continue to roam free, there will be many more people who will suffer a similar fate as your brother.
He sort of looks at you for a moment. He sighs and falls back in his seat. Well, perhaps there's some truth to what you say. Very well. I will allow you to take my brother with you, but if anything should happen to him, know that I will personally see to the consequences.
Yes, I presume I will be one of many heads in your collection. And I look at the jail in the distance.
Now, is there anything else?
No, that will be all. I appreciate your cooperation, sir.
Just get out of my sight.
Don't need to tell me that. And I just walk out. Walk over. Well, as I'm walking out, I give a $1 to him. He's like, see? Sometimes it just takes a little magic touch.
That man's judgment is clouded by feelings and love.
Well, I can certainly understand his. Unlike you, unfortunately, it seems not exactly the most. You don't have quite the silver tongue.
If you want anything done, you must get rid of those reservations.
Well,
the good is important.
I suppose. How would you feel if that was your own wife and children?
If it meant that an entire city could be saved, I would risk whatever it took. Surely
Well,
one life is not as valuable as 100. No matter how close. They will die in honor if they die.
well, in any case, let's go tell Josh the good news.
Fine.
All right. So you head over to Joshua Poole's quarters. He's sort of collected a small bundle of things. Like he said, he packs light. He pretty
there
much
any-
just
Oh,
grabbed
sorry.
a book, and a few loaves of bread, and a small staff. And that's pretty much it.
Okay.
I have
Are
a
you tr-
question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we have this little bit of talk with Joshua and then leave it here?
Yeah, sure. We're getting close to the end of the session anyway.
I mean, I was just going to take him through town and get him all the stuff he'll need. Stop over the
Yeah.
quartermaster, see if he's capable of using any weapons.
Yep.
We can breeze through that real quick.
Yeah, so he seems to be a magic user of some kind. Maybe residual power from his possession by the Aboleth, maybe.
Okay.
It's hard to say, but he seems to have some inherent magical ability. So he doesn't really need too much in the way of equipment. Just the robes on his back and his trusty spellbook.
And can I give him my old leather armor?
He'll take it.
Can he wear it?
Uh,
Oh wait, no, he can't because he's a human and I'm a halfling.
yeah,
Never mind.
he is a human, so
Yeah.
probably not.
Fair. That was dumb.
All right.
So
Well, in that case, I guess we'll leave it there for today's session.
yeah. So next time we're going monster hunting.
Or maybe next time the monsters will hunt you. Ooh.
Maybe. Perhaps. He might. Well, I guess we'll find out.
All right. Well, hopefully everybody had fun. See you guys next week.
Yes, I'm sorry that I'm sorry that Lloyd became shark bait. Just happened to be the luck of the draw that you just took damage first.
Yeah. That was I'd never run any of those enemies before. That was kind of an interesting fight.
And it's kind of I don't think we didn't really use the 3D element that much though.
No. Yeah, I did kind of wonder I mean, it makes sense that it would be a thing underwater, but I just don't know that it makes that much of a difference in combat, really.
Well, I guess maybe not.
Hard to think of some way to integrate it better. Think about it more in depth. I don't know. Well, anyways, I'll see you guys next week.
Okay. Same time?
Yep.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.